We're live in 2 places. We did it. Hit the button. We got a big stream today. Big discussion. Big stream today. My God. I'm not even sure how to begin. I'm a little nervous. It's that big of a deal. My God. How we doing? How we doing? You're going off the clickbait for good reason. This is not. I'm not just hitting you with pointless clickbait. This is legitimate. We got a case in our hands. We've got a big deal topic today. So the clickbait is fair. It's reasonable. Trust me, bro. You'll see. We got serious accusations flying around. A lot of evidence to support it as well. Regardless of what I say, I think that the verdict might have already been reached, right? It looks like HCS has made their decision. We're either condemning someone in their careers, which is frightening and nerve-wracking for me, or we're fighting for his future. I don't know what we're doing. We're going to find out. We're going to watch all this shit together. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just pulling up the streams. Let's take a second and get the chat rolling in. How's everybody doing? Hang out with me for a second. Last shot, check DMs. All right, I heard that you you got an update from HCS confirming it, right? Wait, DMs on what? On Twitter? Oh.
Oh, that is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. My God.
Okay. The Tenfold, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Welcome. I'm gonna have a lot to get to that doesn't involve that. I'll say last shot. We got a lot that we can kind of touch on for a while before we figure out what happens with what you're sending me here. And I'll try to get back to you on DM. It's complicated, as you can imagine. This whole situation is just crazy. Four-Leaf, thank you for the sub, brother. Welcome. Want to play some 8s after the scandal? I don't know yet. I don't even know who it is. We're going to be talking about Monster today. He's a Halo competitor who's been in the esport. He's been in Halo esports for upwards of a decade now. Having competed in even Halo 3. But as far as like cheating and the accusations, this goes back about 3 years. At this point, we're gonna address the whole thing. We're gonna watch the Broward video. Broward did an incredible job wrapping the entire situation from APG's live stream 2 days ago. Of course, there's been new developments since, and he added a little bit of that to his discussion. So we're gonna look at everything, all the evidence and testimonials. And Monster's opinion on the situation. Apparently, Monster is currently writing a statement. So while we wait for Monster's statement, we're going to go through everything. Knew he was cheating? Well, I'll be honest in saying that I haven't seen 100% irrefutable, definitive gameplay evidence of him cheating. And I'm not saying that with any sort of bias. We're going to look at this as objectively as possible. I think that the situation looks very bad for him right now. And there might be no way out. He might be completely screwed. But there, It might, like, I'll say a small percentage, very small percentage chance that this is somehow the biggest misunderstanding in Halo history. It's either the biggest cheating scandal in Halo history, or he is the most misunderstood Halo player, which is insanity. The whole situation is insane. No matter how you shake it, I can't even shoot my gun. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm the guy at this point. I feel like I'm under fire because putting myself in these circumstances is scary. You know what I mean? Like, depending on what I say and how we address this, I'm either condemning an innocent man or rightfully so. It's like, I don't know. Anyway. It's freaking scary, spooky, hilarious. So, yeah. It's crazy. it might be the biggest topic in regards to cheating. And dude, I can't shoot a bullet. I'm actually flustered. I can tell I'm flustered. In regards to cheating in gaming, in the industry, right? Can somebody give me a circumstance in the gaming industry where somebody has cheated and gotten away with it through investigations, mind you, right? He was investigated by HCS, and it's been years. Gotten away with it for years, and people can't figure it out. In years, we've got no irrefutable evidence to support it either. Yeah, this song is so perfect. Yo, bro, what the hell? I do believe in innocent until proven guilty. And I know from my own personal circumstances that you really have to be considerate and compassionate dealing with situations like this. I'm not just going to jump to conclusions. I know how the internet works, you know. Without substantial evidence, people will jump to a conclusion and defame or, hurt somebody that may not deserve it on the internet. It's safe to say, though, there's a lot of information against him at this point. It's going to be very hard to make a stand for himself and hard to defend him with what we know. There's lots of clips. We're going to look at it all. How we doing on viewership? How many gifted, chat? All right, we got to pull an APG here. Clearly, he's a business savvy individual. He understands the game, and I've got zero understanding whatsoever. I'm out here just trying to give you guys the details in and out quick. 30 minutes, we're done. I got to find a way to, keep you around. Encourage subscriptions. How much of the discussion can we save till Wednesday? How about that? How much? How many ads can we roll? Oh my God. I know. Well, don't worry. We'll get through it. For the record, though, I respect it, man. He was actually making it work. We deserve to get paid out here. All right. That's a good moment. I think the way the music just concluded right there is a good moment, an opportunity for us to kind of zero in, right? Even though people were convinced he was cheating, he's innocent until proven otherwise, Bound just happens to be the one that spoke up. Yeah, so we had a lot of very reputable individuals in Halo coming forward, convinced that he's cheating, and, a lot of different clips, evidence clips that we can look at, and then some interesting responses from Monster. He hasn't done the greatest job defending himself, which absolutely hurts his case. But in the moments that he has defended himself, he does kind of make points that I want to kind of dig into. So we got a lot that we can address, and we have to thank Broward, I think, for doing an excellent job compiling it all and putting it all together in one 17-minute video, because the discussion that happened with Bound, APG, and Monster the other night was 4 hours, bro. That, it was a long stream. I was up till 3 a.m., 2 a.m. I couldn't look away. But to be able to take all that info and throw it into a 17-minute video that actually gets the point across, I think is tippable. We saw the tweet that he owes people money as well. Yeah, so that's not actually explained in this video, and that is something to consider in the whole discussion, right? Is that a motive to cheat? Is that a peek into his circumstances? That being does he have, maybe there's mental health, or maybe financial issues or something that is that have something to do with his land performance? There's a lot we could talk about. Look, before we watch the video, can we just kind of, as a statement, put out how insane this whole situation is, right? It's got to be unprecedented. This is an unprecedented situation in Halo esports, that's for sure. But I think maybe in competitive gaming overall, especially now considering that all gaming is happening on PC now and cheating is becoming more prevalent. But to go on for, I think 4 years is an exaggeration. I think about 3 years. It's been about 3 years at this point. This guy's been accused consistently for 3 years since Halo Infinite came out. And we got to a point where HCS did an official investigation, and he came out clean in the investigation. He got past all of it. We're still accusing him. And now, 3 years later, he could be guilty. I don't think anything like that's ever happened. And if he is actually a cheater, he has lied. He has manipulated and gaslit people for 3 years. A lot of people. That's insane, right? he's taken career opportunities from a lot of people. It also damages the competitive integrity of the esport and the legitimacy of all the wins that he was a part of, right? All the online tournaments or any performance that he had, that he made at the grand finals, any money that he made, it takes it like, was that all illegitimate, right? Like that's crazy to fathom. And if he's not cheating, it's equally as insane. That's the crazy thing about the situation is like, if he's cheating, this is insane. If he's not cheating, it's just as insane because it means that he is like the most misunderstood Halo player of all time, right? Like it means that this poor guy, I mean, he did cheat once before, so that doesn't help his case. Not a lot of this situation helps him at all. But, if he's somehow not cheating, then that means that he's like a god online and low key, we've been gassing him, and for whatever reason, he can't get it together on LAN. Like, is it a mental thing? Is it an anxiety? Is it some sort of personal circumstance that maybe he can't talk about and maybe we don't deserve to know, right? So just the whole situation is just so freaking crazy, and it's either he goes down as the most misunderstood Halo player, or this is the biggest cheating scandal we've ever had, and maybe a lesson for us all. Either way, lessons for us all in this whole situation. Anyway, so shout out to Brow. We're gonna watch and react to this together. There's a lot of components to this. I'll probably pause it a lot, so my apologies in advance. If you guys want to see the full video, obviously you can go watch the full video yourself. This is the Shyway version. And let's make sure the audio is okay.
Something big has been happening in the last few days. So if you guys didn't know,
it sounds okay, right?
Monster of cheating.
What's up, Broward? Thank you, brother. Great video. I love the music.
Halo scene since around Halo 3. He's had multiple accusations of him cheating by other players as well, such as APG.
Why are you doing this though? Why are you locked right here? Watch.
And Spartan the dog.
It was over a year ago. Sparty's been convinced for a while.
He's been caught cheating in H1Z1 before. Now, a lot of people say that Bound is just tripping about this situation and that everything that he's showing as far as clips is not blatant cheating. But let's see what Bound and APG have to say about this.
So,
I've been watching a lot of APG.
Give your opening statement on what happened today.
I've been watching everything.
No. Okay.
I can't look away.
It's not even just.
I can't look away.
That's what I heard. This is dated back a few weeks now.
Nah, more than a few weeks.
No. Let's go back years. We'll go say like 2 years.
Okay.
Years.
What I'm gonna do right now, okay, I'm just gonna state obvious facts, and like these obvious facts should be criminal enough. Number one, Chance has been playing. He's been in the Halo scene since what? Halo 3, Halo Reach?
We're covering the
right?
man.
Competing or whatever.
Halo 3, definitely. Halo 3.
He has always been somewhat decent, good, whatever. Okay, but it wasn't until a PC Halo he's making every grands online. And correct or no? Is that truth or no?
I can watch Gunny's. I didn't know he made a video.
Exactly.
He did do well in Halo 5.
Okay.
This is an interesting
level as he is now. He teamed with
point here
in Halo 5. Remember on 3's Up?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Okay, that was the same level he was in Infinite, right? On Infinite, he was on Complexity with like Cycle and them, like upcomers, whatever, right?
He was getting top 6, I think. Like he got top 6, so you gotta give him that credit.
On LAN or online?
On LAN, I believe.
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
It was like top 8. Okay, but he got. It's something. Somebody.
Okay, well that
he's gonna show the wiki. We should look at the wiki real quick.
He wasn't doing what he does online in Halo 5, but he was placing better in Halo 5 somehow than he does in Infinite, because he hasn't even got top 8 in Infinite.
Yeah, I understand your point.
Okay, so that was my first point. So is that point not insane to think about? Okay, the only time when he becomes literally Thanos online.
Yeah, I've seen it all. We'll look at it again. Don't worry.
On a computer.
Wait, somebody said Chance got top 6 in Charlotte. Is that true?
No, I got 3rd. They've got 4th. No, he didn't.
I don't think that's true.
Somebody ban that guy. Someone ban that guy. Pull up monsters like.
There we go. Okay.
So everyone can see his placings.
This is like a quick kind of sweep through. Here I have the tab. Okay. And his is going the other way around. Mine's going to go from the bottom here. It is actually kind of interesting looking at some of his statistics in previous tournaments that he's played in. Like, I think one thing that the point that Bound made about the difference between Halo 5 and Infinite being pretty stark, I think that is true. Like, he becomes significantly more consistent when Infinite came out on PC, like much more consistent with the first place finishes and like top, placements online. That's for sure. But even in Halo 5, he has a couple first place finishes in like their online tournaments, but pretty significant, I'll say. Like here, this is Open Circuit North America Fall Finals. Look at this. He won this against Trippy. Saiyan is Lucid. That's Trippy and Lucid. You got Ryan Dupe, Goofy, Nemesis. So not the craziest, but there's some some of the top players today are participating in this online tournament that he won. You've got one like World Championship 2017 North America qualifier online tournament. Envy won it with Pistola Mick when sniped down, but he outperformed. My God, what are these ads? With was it Rami, Nemesis, Monster, and Predevinator outperforming Lunchbox, Roy, Contra, Ogre 2, Rain, Penguin, Ace. Like these are big deal players in an online tournament. We got Clutch in here. Cool, awesome. So he does actually have, like, he's beaten some of the best players in an online format before. I think the biggest thing that I'm noticing here is that there was a lot of inconsistency with his performance back in Halo 5, whereas things changed and they became much more consistent in Infinite. And I think a big part of Bound and Monster's discussion is Bound seems to have this belief that like Monster can't get better over time. He disappeared, Monster, for a while, and we'll get to it a little bit later. There's an interesting dialogue about like, is it logical to assume that the man just improved despite having went over to H1Z1 and came back to Infinite? Should you just be so talented that you show the talent earlier? You know what I mean? He's been around for a while. Should he have displayed that talent earlier on? And because he hasn't, like, is it not reasonable to assume that he suddenly got better? Anyway, we'll continue.
And you can just tell when Halo goes to PC. You can just tell in his placings.
You're right. I understand your point. Continue.
Okay. Let me think my second point. Okay, my second point is that he's been banned in another esport for cheating. Okay.
Not
Is
confirmed,
that true?
but
or
it's not looking good.
That's true.
That is true.
How does it feel to be
55,000?
Or it might be
You
like
won
I don't know what's
55,000 grand
happening
and admitted
while we're
to
watching.
openly cheating in H1Z1, you piece of shit.
I was a pro in 2 other games.
You were a pro in 2 other games and you still cheated. You're a
He's been banned.
That's dark. One thing I want to do as well is look into how specifically he cheated in H1Z1. He did talk about it. I think he said he cheated in pubs for 3 days, and we'll kind of come back to that. No form of cheating is acceptable, of course, right? But I do think that we want to look at every cheating case, like specifically, and what happened and how severe it was, and whether or not that could show room for any sort of like change or improvement, down the line, right? Versus 55K is pretty crazy though. Yeah.
This is H1Z1.
Was he cheating the whole time? Was he
H1Z1.
cheating in the
And this is
tournaments
my
where he
third
won
point,
55K, or did he
similar
cheat
to the first point, but he
separately,
didn't
just
start going
playing
pro in
with
video games
in
until they were
a
on a
game that
computer.
didn't matter?
He was not pro in any console esport at all. He went pro in H1Z1, okay, and then he went pro in Fortnite, okay, and then he's pro in PC Halo.
That's fair.
He's
I know
not
you.
even pro in PC Halo. He's online. I'll say it.
That's the thing is like cheating is cheating no matter what context, right? But at the same time, like in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion. Depending on the severity of cheating, there might be a route to a comeback at some point in the future. It's been 8 years since his like cheating incident. So if it wasn't like the most severe, like if he's cheating on land and he's, you know what I mean? Like there's severity, like it can fluctuate a little bit. I want to believe that there's a route for some players who maybe didn't do the worst form of cheating, even though no form of cheating is ever acceptable.
Those 3 points right there. I mean, when
Like
something's
Shady,
that
yeah, I
obvious,
don't know. Shady's
it
an
has to be
example of
the
somebody
case,
who's very
no? You know what I mean?
talented,
You
but
gotta
his
bring up
situation
how you
is
team
bad,
with him.
man.
Yeah, no, I got no problem bringing that up. I have no problem bringing that up. Yeah, so me teaming with him that one tournament, I mean, we literally had to get a sub because Legend was still in Europe. So we had to team with Monster. I was told by his people who work at 343, credible sources, that they checked his account and he's not cheating. Okay, that's them saying they don't think he's cheating or he doesn't cheat. But in my mind, I still think he's cheating.
There was like some sort of investigation. I can't
Yeah,
reveal
yeah.
too much.
Didn't Bound? I think I missed it because we're just so locked into talking. But Bound said something about like, it's my turn to cheat now. Like, let me just play that back real quick. Hold on.
He went pro in Fortnite, okay, and then he's
'Cause that's
pro
wild
in PC
behavior.
Halo. He's not even pro in PC Halo. He's online. I'll say it. So those 3 points right there. I mean, when something's that obvious, it has to be the case, no? You know what I mean?
You gotta bring up how you team with him.
Yeah, no, I got no problem bringing that up. I have no problem bringing that up. Yeah, so me teaming with him that one tournament, I mean, we literally had to get a sub because Legend was still in Europe.
Okay, maybe he hasn't
so
said
we
it.
had to team with Monster. I was told by his people who work at 343, credible sources, that they checked his account and he's not cheating. Okay, that's them saying they don't think he's cheating or he doesn't cheat. But in my mind, I still think he's cheating.
There was like some sort of investigation. I can't reveal too much or say too
Can't
much.
reveal too much. Cannot reveal too much.
Yes, but there was an investigation. He
It came back negative.
Yeah,
It came back negative.
He came back clean. Came back clean.
Even though I did play with him, I still thought he was cheating. Yes. Because, like, I mean, bro, the guy doesn't scrim the game. I don't think he plays matchmaking all that much. He pulls up week after week, not just playing good, whatever,
Yeah.
right? He is winning these games, these series. He's putting in the most damage. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
This is actually kind of a pretty significant point at Abound. Like, and something that he brought up that isn't in this video is just the work ethic from a top player like Bound. Like, this guy's putting in like 12-hour days. He's scrimming and he's putting so much time in Bound, right? So for somebody like Monster to come in and play as well as he's playing, it's a freaking insult to Bound, right? When you consider how much time and energy he puts into being the best, if he's just getting beat by some guy who's not scrimming, who's not taking the game as seriously as he is, like either he's a freaking god or he's an insult to the esport, right? Like it's like that's a big deal when you actually put yourself in Bound's shoes in this situation.
And like when I played with him too, I felt the same way everyone else did. I got beat by him in like 4 other tournaments prior. Other people played with him, so I'm like, okay, it's my turn to play with him. It's my turn to cheat.
It's my turn to cheat, bro. That's crazy work. Bound just basically said, like, pass this spliff. You know, I'll take a hit.
Get the facts. Like I said, this guy's pulling up weekend after weekend.
My God.
With
This is a movie.
3 different teammates every time. Every time. Making grands every time. He's at a 90% chance. A 90% grand finals. It's insane. He's cheating. Pull up those clips right now, okay? I pull up those clips right now. I want Chance to come on. I want him to explain how this is possible.
There's no way he just went to bed. Like I know he's geeked up on whatever it is.
Bro, I was geeked up.
5-hour energy monster, he's geeked up.
This is proof of
Can't look away from the
cheating.
broadcast.
Aimbot, hack, whatever
Too much drama.
we want to call it. I play the clip 3 different times. Normal speed, slow-mo, and frame by frame. Just normal. Slides into A, pretty brain dead. Eyes renegade like it's walking the park.
War Machine, thank you for the follow.
Just super slow.
It doesn't look good.
All right. What I want to pay attention to, look at the reticle right here. Look at the reticle's positioning. Look at the reticle's positioning.
Yeah.
It is going to snap onto Renegade's head and kill him. You're not going to
Snap
see it
back.
go to it.
In a
smoothly,
frame.
nothing. It's going to snap onto Renegade's head and kill him. Watch this. Snaps to his head, killed him. And then it goes back, tries to go back to the original position.
Yeah.
That is not humanly possible. Not humanly possible.
This is my first question. You know Chance.
Yes. What's your point?
We'll talk about it.
Now, you know that when you're playing with Chance, he doesn't have too much thought process in what he's doing or saying what he's trying to do. You know, he just kind of.
I mean, this clip doesn't have anything to do with the play. It's the shot.
Right.
Okay,
Bullets.
yeah, I understand. So is Chance on mouse and keyboard?
No, he's on controller.
He's on controller.
Yes, he's on controller.
He's
You
on
sure?
controller. He plays both, but he's
yes,
definitely
you
on
can tell he's on
controller for these
I've
tournaments.
seen his POV. Yeah, you can tell he's on. I've seen his POV when he's on mouse and keyboard. He's on controller.
That's what I'm saying. He does both.
Okay, listen. Even if he's on a mouse, right?
Bound
you
brings
would
up the
still
point about
see the
theater. Hold
reticle
on.
Smoothly transition to Renegade's head. You don't see that. What you see is that his reticle somehow teleports to John's head.
Nice
and then
replay,
teleports
Bound.
back to the position it was at before.
Snake
Within a matter
Plissken.
of
Thank you.
a literal frame. This isn't just theater. Like I knew people were gonna say this was theater. Okay. I use theater a lot. You know, the game's 4 years old. I know what theater is, how it acts. Okay. This is not lag or whatever. Okay. This is literally cheating. Okay.
Okay, fair. Zufeli, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome on the YouTube. Let's go. Okay, so Bound kind of has a point in that. All right, so theater, yes, theater is sus, bro. Like the theater needs work. Okay, it is a very imperfect form of review, right? Like it's got a lot of issues. It never looks accurate, right? So you have to take everything you see in theater with a grain of salt because you really don't know what you're looking at. Though I will say, in Bound's defense here, that clip looked that shit ain't real. What's that? Anyway, you get it. That motherfucker is not real. It looked weird. Even for theater standards, it did look weird. But let me just look at it again real quick. In like Bound's actual accusation. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed about it is it's not just the final shot itself that looks weird. His whole POV looks laggy. Is it Sobaric? Thank you, brother. So, like, the final shot does look like something I haven't really seen or don't often see, but if you actually study, like, the way his POV jitters as he's just moving through the environment here, the whole thing looks laggy. Like, look at the way his reticle's moving around before he hits the shot, like, all of the shots.
Aimbot, hack, whatever the fuck, whatever you want to call it. I play the clip 3 different times. Normal speed, slow-mo, and frame by frame. Just normal. Slides into A.
See how his screen's shaking already? See that shake right there? Like, it's got these weird, unnatural... The shakiness is happening the entire gunfight, which I guess maybe that even adds to it. You could say he's got, like, maybe a soft aim lock or something. I don't know. But the whole POV, not just the final shot, has, like, a weird, jittery lagginess to it, which later Monster will say he is lagging. He's playing on very poor internet. We can go unpack that. So what I'll say is it looks unusual for theater standards, but theater is already pretty bad. The only way that we can know for sure if this is like legitimate and if this is like fair you know, evidence would be to have somebody display what the hacks look like in theater mode compared to this, right? Because this has been done before. Like, this is how Shady got, right? Shady, if you guys don't know, was a top player in Europe. He got removed from the scene for cheating, right? And the way that it got found out, he had this like weird flutter thing that would happen. Like in theater, when you tried to shoot him in scope, his scope would like auto rescope over and over and over again, and it looked really weird. Nobody thought much about it. Is it Latin Katana? Thank you. And what happened was this guy BCAP went live on Twitch. He's somebody in the Halo scene who had cheats, and he used his cheats that he had to demonstrate it to the world to show people how it works. Basically, there's actual footage of this somewhere online of BCAP like demonstrating Halo cheats, and there's so much you can do. It's freaking crazy. Like, not just walling, you can adjust how much aim assist you have. So you can be on like a hard aim lock that you're just beaming people, or it's like you can basically just add a little bit of aim assist. So you're shooting slightly better. Like it's almost imperceptible, which is so scary when it comes to the cheats because you don't know what the frick you're looking at. But what BCAP did that really, you know, made the case so significant, like that, you know, put the fire under Shady, I guess, is he demonstrated. Thank you. Is it Wiz? He demonstrated what the hack looked like when you have basically like he had this no descope hack where you never get descoped. If you're sniping, you never get descoped. And he showed what that looked like in theater with the hack on, and it looked identical to Shady's POV. And that was how we got him, basically. He compared real hacks in a demonstration to Shady's POV, and they were identical. So if you want this to be like convincing evidence 100% that Monster's cheating, you would have to do like a soft aim lock hack or some shit and compare it to this type of footage and see if it adds up, which it doesn't really make sense to do. I'm just saying, so yeah, it looks kind of sus, but it's also theater, so it's not definitive. And the only way it's going to be definitive is with a direct comparison with hacks, unfortunately. Moving on.
This second clip is for people who actually understand the game at a high level. Like, to a normal person, this won't look that crazy, right? But this clip is insane.
All right, explain it to me. Explain it to me. I've not watched any of these.
Barely streams. He's always in grins. I know, it's pretty crazy.
He looks at John go through the wall.
It is pretty crazy.
As John gets backed up into his base, right? He comes down the P tunnel, okay, and John walks front base, right? Nobody on Monster's team has that information or any indication that John did that. John got the timing and he got through, okay? But if you watch Monster POV, he's playing it as if he knows John's there. Even though his teammates have zero info, there's no way for them to know, and there's no way for him to know. Monster is sitting here looking at John Renegade through the wall. As you can see, John happens to get through without being seen. But he would not hear that. He would not hear that drop. He wouldn't hear
This
that.
clip is rough.
There's no way.
Then you got Shotzi's reaction here too.
Looks like he's hiding.
Yeah, he's hiding. Look at the wall. I can screen share the game if you need me to.
This looks like John was challenging Cycle. Notice that Chance backed up. Knowing John, he probably got them both weak. Chance definitely backed up. He saw he backed up. Got Cycle backed up. That's when
No,
John
John also got weak. John also got one shot. John had to back up into the base.
Okay, but he realizes that, and then that's when he pushes out. He's like, all right, they're not watching me anymore. Then that's when he pushes out, and it's like, okay, so from my assumption, and again, I cannot see chat yet, but from my assumption, John is pushing out because he sees two people
Right.
up into a
You know,
corner.
he's got
Well, he
timing.
sees he has the timing to
Yes.
push up on the map. But yeah, without the, he's trying to get the timing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but listen, take note of where his reticle is. Okay, even though he doesn't even know if this guy is there for sure, he shouldn't know this guy's there at all.
Bro, they have him trapped in the base, right? So if you're this player, right, you challenge, you literally have him one shot, right? You have a guy to your right, a teammate to your right. That guy is also weak, so he's just staying down. So you're going to go into this, right? Gonna reach out the angle to make sure that he's trapped, right? You don't see him there, okay, boom. You're gonna reach out this. He's in a sprinting animation right here. You're in a sprinting animation, bro, right? So like, you're gonna go into this knowing that you have a teammate to your right. You're gonna get damage down because of the fact that you could do damage and you could also play your life. And then your teammate to your right will easily just clean him up. But
Sure.
instead what he does is that he's like sprinting, but then like he's like walling his so then like he approaches it differently.
So as I'm editing this video that you're watching,
So I would like to see more on that Shotzi clip just so we get a little bit more context on what he's trying to say there. But okay, a few things that weren't mentioned in this, right? So Collect had mentioned that he had a death cam. If you go earlier in the clip, and I don't know how significant that is, and I think Collect earlier tried to, let me know back when I saw this in chat that his death cam only lasted for so long, and I don't think he actually saw Renegade come out of the P-door.
For this player, right?
But like right before this all takes place, you can see that like Collect is actually dead on, there he is, right? He's dead right here. Like if he stays dead, depending on how long he's dead, he's got pretty good visual on the whole area and could calm this down. Apparently, Cycle doesn't see anything. I don't think he hears anything either. I've heard the comment about like being able to hear a player drop, and I think Bestman said that if you go into the theater, you can actually hear an audio cue for Renegade dropping down to the floor. But I think when you put this into like a proper 4v4 situation, it's hard to assume that with comms you're going to hear something like that far away, right? So yeah, I don't think Collect has a visual. They go back and forth though later, Monster and Bound, and Monster brings up a point about reading Renegade coming out the P door that I think is really interesting. It is weird to me that like his reticle never comes back to the P door, and maybe what we'll do is kind of just wait and wait for the conversation between the two of them, and we can react to it there. But Monster brings up a point that like made me think about this whole situation in a different way, basically. It's not. Let's just wait and see, okay?
The fact is,
We'll wait and see.
He looks at John go through the wall, okay? Without the, he's trying to get the timing now.
Right? You literally have a go into this.
But the clip is sus, man. Once again, I'm gonna say it's sus, but it's not like 100% definitive.
So then, like, he approached it differently.
So as I'm editing this video that you're watching right now, some new information has just reached my ears. So apparently Monster's main gamer tag has been banned for cheating.
All of his gamer tags.
He was just covering this on his stream, and this is what he had to say about it.
All of Chance's accounts are banned.
Yeah.
From matchmaking. Okay. All of his accounts are banned from matchmaking. I don't know how, I don't know why, but all of his accounts are banned from.
Which, by the way, this is weird. If you get banned from matchmaking, you can still play customs somehow. Like, I didn't know that was a feature in Halo Infinite, but if you get permabanned, like, he's banned for a freaking century, bro, from matchmaking. Somehow he can still play custom games, which means technically he's still competing in the tournaments. And that's how he's been able to compete on his main in those, like, the previous 3 tournaments we just had last few weeks.
This is the way.
Matchmaking. His accounts are banned.
Austin, thank you.
But there was this account that was playing matchmaking on New Year's Eve. Okay, they were clearly cheating, like clearly cheating. I matched them on my.
I saw the clip where he
I'm
shot
like,
through
"Yo,
his
I don't
teammate.
know
That
why
one
you
looks
think
hella
you're
sus.
cheating."
I don't know what to
They
say about that
to
one.
me,
Maxi,
"You're
thank
head
you.
casing, Brad. We know each other. Like I'm not cheating. Like you're head casing. Like they're trying to gaslight me." I'm like,
you,
well,
Christopher.
we know each other. Then just text me. Like if there's PJ on a Smurf, and I think that person's cheating, PJ would literally just text me and say, "Yo, it's me." And that would be the end of it. But he never texted me. This person never texted me.
Yeah.
And I knew the account's name because it's his friend's account. It's his friend's account in their friend group. So he's playing on his friend's account.
We should look at the ritual
matchmaking,
gameplay too.
And he's refusing to text me and everything. And then come to find out a few days later, that account gets banned too. And we have credible sources saying that account is him. So he's probably just using his friend's account.
So according to the leak,
Okay. This is the way. Sorry, man. Thank you. So apparently Monster confirmed to APG that Ritual account was him. He was actually on it, this is his friend's account, and he was playing on Ritual so that he could like smurf incognito so nobody knew who he was, which is fair. And he didn't want to admit to APG that he was playing on the account because if he told APG, then other people would know, and then he wouldn't be able to stay incognito in his like smurf mode. So I think that's where some of the miscommunication came in, and APG was like upset about the fact that he lied to him, that it was him on the account, because he said it wasn't him basically, and then he came back and said it was him on the account. I don't know. And then we have Ritual's gameplay, which Ritual's gameplay doesn't look great. Like I saw Royal 2 react to it, so I kind of want to watch that gameplay and watch Royal 2's thoughts on the Ritual gameplay, because it once again, it looks like it could be cheating, but you could also make an argument that it's not because it's just so tricky. That's the thing with this guy's circumstances. Like, never have we had somebody who is this hard to lock down. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at somebody like Shady, and I saw what you guys were saying in the chat, yes, the person who like revealed that Shady was cheating did it through theater, but he put together like a very well compiled video that showed the cheat and his demonstration like side by side that made it very convincing, right? There was convincing evidence for Shady. There was convincing evidence like Brainstorm, for example. It was like blatant as hell. It was so easy to tell that somebody was cheating. With Monster, it's so unique because not only is it difficult to understand from his POV, but he's not like the main guy, getting the stats on his team. The performance that he has when he's winning, rarely is he the main slayer. He's often negative. Like, he's either even or negative, which is odd. You would think like if you're a cheater, it would gain an advantage in the stat chart as well. That there would be more that we could work with that would make it obvious that the guy is cheating. But he's still winning. And, there's a clip from Boo Boo that we can jump to as well that talks about his comms, right? And how cheating could benefit his ability to communicate to the team and have, amazing call outs. And maybe that's why his team's playing so well, because it does feel like when Monster's teaming with everybody else gets better, right? Like Collect is popping the frick off when Monster's on his team. Did the statement come out? Statement is on Twitter, bro. I want to react to the whole thing. What do we do, chat? Do we finish the video or do we read the statement? How bad is it? Did he admit? Do we read the statement or do we watch the rest of the video? If we read the statement and it's definitive, then do I even go back to the video? Ah, damn it. I got no choice now. I'm trying to make content here. Oh, okay, hold on. Sick of allegations. All right, so he's still defending himself. Bro, this is crazy. Writing the statement because I am sick of the allegations made against me. I know there have been clips and speech raised that looks questionable, and I understand that it paints a negative picture, but all I know is that I am not and have not ever cheated in Halo Infinite. For this reason, I will be using a monitor cam for all future online tournaments. But based off of what you guys have been saying to me in chat, he's already banned officially by HCS. Has this not happened? Like, did HCS not already hit him with the, like, you're banned? Regarding my recent matchmaking ban, not just matchmaking, like I'm saying tourney banned, but okay, we'll get to it. Regarding my recent matchmaking ban, I found that my account was banned on December 19th. I messaged someone from 343 that my account Monster was banned from MM and asked if they could take a look at it. The ban is a mistake, and I'm currently waiting on a response from Halo support to get an explanation and hopefully reverse the ban. Bro, not only is his main account on Halo banned, multiple other accounts, including Ritual, which is not even his account that he played on briefly, as well as he's been banned in Valorant, apparently, too. Like, I don't know. We got to go look into that as well. And he said it's like an EAC error. So let's see. That is a mistake. Something similar happened 2 years ago of my account being banned because someone spoofed my gamer tag and was blatantly walling and shit. Bro, this just gets so confusing for me. It's just, and that the hole gets deeper, you know? Not on Halo. Okay. I obviously was unbanned, but if the anti-cheat couldn't tell, then what makes you think there's not a mistake now? EAC has had issues in the past from Halo, EAC errors in MM last year in the Apex, but bro, there's just so many errors. It gets to the point where it's like, these can't be errors. What's going on? You got a lot of freaking evidence stacked against you at this point. Like, just simply stating that this is an EAC error is like, nobody's gonna, outright believe you for that. That's for sure. Oh, this keeps going. I know that I'm not cheating. Well, that's good. And it is my mission to prove to everyone else and get the truth out. I respect that. If you can put anyone's POV in theater under a microscope, it's very easy to create a narrative without context. I think that's somewhat fair. People have already made their mind up about me, and I know there is no changing those people's opinion. Not necessarily. So I heard him with that mindset when he was having a conversation the other day with APG and Bound, and that seems to be his mindset where there's nothing he can do to change it. I do think that if he can convince Bound, like if he can convince the most significant top players in the scene who are continually accusing him that he is not a cheater, whatever it takes, I don't know how he's going to do that, then the accusations will eventually go away. Because I think at the end of the day, the community is going to trust the opinion of the top players. So I think the most important thing is that he has to convince the top players. Wait, what's going on? Oh, you got an ad. Time to sub. I'm not doing. Do we have to do ad breaks, chat? I don't know if I can do that. For that reason, I know the only way to prove I'm completely innocent is to provide video evidence when I play in online tourneys. But can you even play in online tourneys? We got to figure that out. Now, what happened is EAC was triggered by a false positive, and the only reason I suspect that is because the same thing happened on Valorant. December 8th, my account was suspended on Valorant, DM'd the staff anti-cheat analyst of Vanguard, and he determined I might have a malware installed on my PC that is used maliciously. Keep it in mind, Vanguard is a very good anti-cheat and will detect anything the moment something is out of place.
That is just good Halo right there.
Thank you, Bobby.
Just damn good Halo. My God.
Karma, appreciate the gifted. Welcome back, Bobby. Yeah, keep in mind, okay. I've had the same Valorant account since the game came out. He unbanned my account because it was indeed a false positive, and whatever triggered Vanguard has to be triggering EAC. The only logical thing that makes sense, because I did, it's the only logical thing that makes sense to him. Okay. Can't be a coincidence that both on Halo and Val, anti-cheats flagged something in a 2-week time period. Yes, I was unbanned on Valorant. Screenshot. So, for a couple months. What? You may have a malware installed on your machine. Then something is out of place and used maliciously. I have unbanned you, but put you on restrictions. Please follow the pop-up box instructions when you log in. Ooh. Brother, is he just like, it's either he's like a master manipulator and he's just he keeps going, right? And we're going to keep getting swindled. Or the man is just, riddled with misfortune. It's just somehow so unfortunate that the guy who has cheated in the past and is getting EAC bans is somehow like, it's a false positive. He's just unlucky. Just fake text. Yeah, there's no way for us to, based off this text message, to know that this is like a legitimate interaction between like a Valorant employee or somebody responsible for unbanning him. Like this screenshot specifically does not confirm it. He'd have to provide something else to actually confirm that he was unbanned from Valorant. This is wild, though. This is freaking wild. The timing is very unfortunate. 343 investigated my account in the past and found no wrongdoing. So hopefully I get word soon from Halo support and can put this all behind me. Okay. Well, step one is he's still defending himself. He saw no cheating with the recent tourney. Yeah, I mean, so we have more to talk about, right? We have more to talk about. And so the thing about being banned in Halo Infinite might, I guess, what is it, an EAC flag specifically that got his account banned? Or is the ability to ban someone a broader, like, umbrella? Like, does it have to do with HCS and their decision-making specifically? Can they just choose to ban someone even if they don't have proof of cheating, but because the community says they're cheating? You know what I mean? Like, or is it literally just like a false positive, VAC or EAC or something like that? I don't know. I'm just throwing out a bunch of ideas, basically. This is cooked. Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is not enough, right? This isn't going to do anything for his case, but it does tell me that he believes he's not cheating or he's lying, and that this is going to continue until we reach a true proper verdict. And the only way to get there is we're going to have more conversations. And they don't necessarily have to be public. They have to be internal with the right people, right? We don't necessarily need to know. 343 or Halo Studios deserves to know, and the pros deserve to know what the heck is going on with the situation at this point. And then we will figure it out afterwards, right? For him to get that kind of opportunity and spotlight, this situation needs to keep making noise, basically. That's the only way that he kind of gets in the right conversations with the right people, and that a statement actually comes out from HCS, is if this whole situation keeps making noise, which it seems to be making a lot of freaking noise right now. I'm sure he's cheating. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I mean, he's still denying it, right? So, like, we're going to continue to watch this video, and we're going to continue to look at evidence and kind of talk things through. But what I'll say is, like, there's a lot of freaking evidence against him that doesn't look good. It's going to be very difficult for him to talk himself out of this situation, but it might actually be possible. Like, there might, some small chance he might actually have been super freaking unlucky. Obviously he did cheat in the past, though, and that you can't circumvent, right? Like, that is going to hurt your reputation forever and chase you around. And it's part of the reason why nobody's giving him the benefit of the doubt now, but there might be a way out. There might actually be a freaking way out, depending on how this is navigated and how much noise we create about the situation, basically. There's a history of cheating in multiple different titles. Okay, well, hold on a second. What are you talking about? All I know is H1Z1. And from what I heard about H1Z1 from his mouth is that he played pubs for 3 days and he cheated in pubs. It sounds like it didn't have anything to do with a tournament specifically. Not that you can take his word for anything that I'm saying. We have more that we got to dig into before you go ahead and say, like, he's cheated in multiple titles and it's legitimate.
And everything, and then come to find out a few days later,
be fucking ranting a lot today, bro.
And we have credible sources saying that account is him, so he's probably just using his friend's account.
So according to the leafapp.co website, you can check if players have been banned.
How can a pro player have such shit internet? So first of all, Halo Infinite is not exactly thriving. Let's be honest. You think he actually makes much money from this situation? Like, these online tournaments that we've been playing, is there even a prize pool? I think you get $1,000 if the team wins, and $1,000 is like peanuts split amongst you and your teammates. If you get second place, I don't think you make any money. Like, the guy's not making any money in Halo. So to assume that like because he's a pro or he's like at that level that like Halo's somehow funding him, like I guarantee you he's not making much money in Halo unless he's like money matching and winning money matches or some shit. But from what I understand, and if we go dig into Bound's tweet, it sounds like actually he's in a tough situation financially because he's been asking people for money, and that's been coming out to the public. 750 to 250, yeah. Like, anyway, he's been asking people for money, so it sounds like he's actually in a difficult spot financially, and there's more to kind of dig into in that side of things, which also could be seen as a motive to cheat in the first place, right? So we got a lot of shit done back here, man.
And you can check their stats. Now it says Monster has been suspended from match.
The screenshot doesn't confirm anything.
Monster
Yes, that's true.
suspension will end at the following time. Look at that year. That is insane. Days remaining 36,482. All I'm gonna say is it's not looking good for Monster. But let's see how he tries to defend his case.
First of all,
You let me $50? I'm out here on the stand, bro, putting the work in. Give me the 50.
Finals, because Renegade, he tweeted at me. He wanted to watch the VOD from my monitor cams. That's why I didn't text you back or answer your call
Wait, uploading it to where?
on YouTube.
Okay.
So when I played H5, I played H5 for the first 2 years, and
All right,
I teamed
Kaplan.
with John, Amy, and
I love this
I
setup,
played for
Broward.
2 years, and then after
love this.
playing, I switched to H1Z1. So everyone that's good now in Infinite, that was good in H5, I never played them because I was playing a different game. They didn't know how good I was in Halo 5 when I did
Wait,
play.
that doesn't make any sense though. That makes no. What does that mean? That makes no sense.
Oh, because what do you mean?
Because
Maybe
my
he's just
point
eating dinner.
Is you didn't start winning all these online tourneys and making grand finals every time until PC Halo
No, I was going to finals online.
with pro teams participating, multiple pro teams, not amateur teams, but pro teams.
There were pro teams in there.
No,
I don't remember.
You never did that in Halo 5. What do you mean?
Might be.
Did
When?
like a lot of the qualifications, like the PGL.
That's
like the
qualification.
PGL
That's against
PGL
non-pros.
online.
But I feel like what you
that
said
game.
doesn't make any sense to my point at all.
No, it does make sense because
What is it? What does that have to do with
The
the,
time-
people?
the time-
Like, I don't get it.
the times I was playing, I was playing against pro teams, and
But like, what does that have to do with the fact that you weren't making grand finals or even getting close?
We talked
in
through this.
Console Halos, but in PC Halos, you make it 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Regardless of your teammates. Like, what?
Bound has a point in that his like performance jumped between Halo 5 and Infinite, like noticeably. Like he became much more consistent. However, he did actually win some online tournaments. He can hang with the best players according to his statistics in the time that he did compete in Halo 5. It was much more inconsistent and he had nowhere near as many top placings, but he could hang. Like he definitely had some individual ability that was displayed in Halo 5. So, Monster kind of has a point in that regard, but Bound's
What
also
does that have
noticing
to-
like when PC Halo came out and he's been gone for a while as well, all of a sudden the guy's like mad consistent.
Do with you quitting and going H1Z1? I don't get that.
I played H5. The tournaments I played online, I made a lot of like finals or whatever I played.
Okay, but what was professional
The
teams
card is
playing at
perfect.
them, like the majority of them,
Perfect.
were they?
And some of them, no, it was like the relegation teams.
Exactly. It's the relegation
But
teams.
when Beyond Entertainment started hosting like the 2v2s, the 4v4s, I wasn't playing at the time because I switched to H1Z1.
Okay,
like-
but Chance, Halo 5,
All right,
you
all
did
right.
not.
Five.
You were you doing Infinite?
You don't know that because you never played me.
What do you mean?
They gotta have a
I watched
1v1
the
in Halo
tournament
5
like
right
that.
now.
used
I
to
think
play-
we
used to
gotta
play
settle
you in
this
free-for-all
properly.
all the time and like.
Halo
I'm
5
talking about
1v1.
Beat you.
4v4,
I know, but I'm saying like you
I'm talking
never
about
even played me.
4v4,
So how?
bro. Because I watched the tournaments and you weren't in the grands. My point is, Chance, okay, is on a console Halo, you are not what you are on a PC Halo. That is my point. You
Yeah.
know my point?
I
That's
don't.
fair.
What do you mean you guess? What do you mean you guess?
And Bound's also coming at this with this like assumption that Monster couldn't have improved between that period of time. And Manning, I noticed that you brought that up. You're saying like, interject. Yeah, I was never good at Halo until Infinite on PC, and I was actually decent. I found Infinite much easier. And there are a lot of advantages that come with making the switch from console to PC, not just cheating, right? Like he's on a game sir now, like the latency, the we've upgraded our monitors, everything. We're playing on 240 plus FPS. Like the game controls much better than it did. And also Infinite, I'd say, yeah, when it comes down to like mechanics, skill gap, like it's an easier game to be better at Infinite than it was back in Halo 5. And I think it's plausible to assume that he could have gotten better over time. Bound seems to have this mentality that like you're talented from day one, from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like if you don't display that you're a top player in the first couple years, then you're never going to be one down the line, which is kind of like a crazy mindset to think about. As somebody who wants to believe that like if you put the grind time in, you put the work in, you can get to that top player status. You look at somebody like Gunplexion, who didn't exactly display his individual ability and the talent, so to speak, right away, but he puts the work in. I want to believe in somebody like Gunny, let's say, getting better over time, becoming a top player at some point because of his work and not necessarily being instantly Shotzzy level talented. You know what I mean? Only so many people jump into the scene and get the Shotzzy level of ability that quickly. So there's an interesting dialogue, I guess, to have around, is it fair to assume that Monster could have just gotten better? That said, he's way too consistent for this to not be suspect, right? Like, Bounce still got a point. Obviously, we're still here in this crazy situation.
Okay,
I have not
so
seen Gunny's video. I'm down to give it a look.
You've seen the clip. You saw what you heard what I said. Explain to me how this is possible.
Okay, so
We got 630, hold on, 632 people are chilling with me on YouTube. The clickbait is successful. Thank you so much, guys, for going out of your way to hang out with me today. My God, I wish we added members to YouTube. Y'all are just watching. And Twitch, 235. Thank you guys for hanging out. Welcome. I'm doing my best I can, all right? I'm doing the best I can.
Listen, I knew the gap I gave up. Like, when I was fighting the guy...
That doesn't make sense, Chance. That doesn't make sense.
When I was fighting the guy Pedor, I think... Fighting the guy Pedor? I don't remember.
That doesn't make sense, Chance. That doesn't make sense.
I was fighting the guy Pedor, I went P2, like, I knew the gap I gave up. In my head, there was a possibility he could have done the slide, the long G slide from P-door to P-jump. Like, just because of the players I'm playing against. Like, I know how all of you guys play. So I'm like, okay, maybe he got a timing on me. Like, I think like that, bro. Like, it's simple, like, giving up a gap and, like, thinking this guy could potentially be...
It's crazy.
That makes no sense.
Airhead, thank you.
And when I'm wide swinging, no one is shooting me P-door. So obviously...
What do you mean? Yeah, because
you
know we're rotating. What do you mean?
Oros, thank you for the follow. Okay, so how crazy, because I think like that, is crazy. Yeah, so what he's saying right now, which is like fucking blows my mind. AJ, thank you for the follow. As somebody who is like an analyst, like I love breaking down Halo, talking about, what the difference is between the top players and your average freaking Joe, right? I have never broken down Halo in this way, and it opens my mind up to the possibility of what these pros are thinking about in high-level Halo. That's inspiring. Like, I'm honestly inspired. Like, he could just be freaking lying, or what he's trying to say here, which is wild to me, is that when him and Cycle backed up, he knows that he gave a gap. Basically, I don't know how to properly display this without actually moving through. Oh, you know what? Let me just grab the clip itself. He's saying he fucking hard read the man. And not only that, hold on. And by the way, no, this is not clickbait, because if he's genuinely cheating, then this is the biggest cheating scandal in Halo esports history and maybe gaming history, I think, personally. So it's not a clickbait. Like, this is legitimate. Like, if he's actually cheating, which, the situation isn't looking good, but it's not 100% confirmed.
This is proof of Monster using walls.
Because it's been this is a 3-year ordeal of multiple accusations with no confirmation, no legitimate evidence, and then an investigation from 343 that came up clean, and they're still accusing him, and now he's banned. It's crazy. So basically, Monster's saying in this moment, when Renegade pushes out, he knows that him and Cycle are back down and have no visual on P-door, and that being in yellow base is a disadvantage for his opponents. They don't want to be stuck in yellow. So knowing and reading Renegade in this moment, he's saying that he knows that, he's thinking Renegade might have pushed out in this gap when he backed up and has no visual and hit a G-slide out through P Street, through up to P-jump, basically, out the courtyard, which is a crazy read in this situation. So what he's doing is thinking maybe he G-slid, this is what he's saying he's doing, is maybe he G-slid to the jump up, and he comes out, he's not even checking P-door, which this is wild to me. You would think at the very least his reticle would be up at the door first. Maybe somebody else is still yellow. Why are you not that? That's what's so sus to me is and I heard somebody make a point of maybe his reticle is in the middle because he doesn't know if Renegade could turn and reach Hal or if somebody could be in the P-door. So if he holds it at the P-door, then he can't quickly react to Renegade's position. So maybe he's in a midpoint where he could react to the Renegade reach out or react to the door. I don't freaking know. We're just kind of unpacking this to an excruciating level of detail, I guess. And then what Monster says is when he walks through and he doesn't get shot by P-door, that tells him that he was correct on his prediction. basically. So he's assuming that Renegade hit the rotate to the P jump. And the fact that he's not getting shot in the right-hand side right now tells him that he was correct. And that not only did Renegade hit the rotate, but the team is rotating away from this angle right now, basically. It's like he's reading the game, is what he's basically saying. Like, Renegade slid out. I was correct because I'm not getting shot. If I was getting shot, then I read it wrong. So he's taking a gamble. If he gets shot, he was wrong on his gamble. If he doesn't get shot, he's right, and he knows where Renegade is now. And then he backs up and I guess checks like P1 to see if he, and he says this in the call. I don't know if Broward got this part. He doesn't even full clear it, which is kind of weird to me. I think I guess what he's saying is he assumes he's already on P jump. He comes down to P1 to check for the overextend. He thinks, okay, maybe I'm getting flanked, because he doesn't know if he jumped up or went down. So he's getting a quick check to see if the guy's flanking us, sees nothing, and then goes up to P2, assumes he's going up to P2. So makes the jump to P2. That's like the whole, I guess, breakdown of his mentality in this moment. It's like, I know Renegade. I know they want to get out of yellow. I know there's a gap. So he's going to leave. He's going to G-slide to P2. And I confirmed that it happened because nobody shot me in yellow. So I know the enemies are rotating. Like, the amount of, that's like some big brain shit. Yeah, it actually kind of makes sense. And makes me think about Halo in a deeper way that I'm kind of inspired about. Like, honestly, Jax, thank you.
This is the way.
Like, to make a read like that, and then to take the gamble in the way that he did, and then to confirm it, if that's what's leading to him making plays, that's like some big brain shit, honestly. If somehow by some miracle it turns out that he's never been cheating, that needs to be studied. Like, I pull this guy into a freaking call, and we're going to talk more about how he's making these reads and taking these gambles, right? Because, like, bro, like, this is a level of Halo that we're not talking about enough, and I think needs to be studied. So, like, fucking, I'll tip it if he's not cheating. If he's cheating, then, we got a problem, obviously. But, like, Jesus.
Guy could potentially be.
That makes no sense, bro. No sense.
And when I'm wide swinging,
This is a tournament
no one
game.
is shooting me P door. So obviously.
What do you mean? Yeah, because
Playing
you
it like
know.
And he doesn't do the greatest job articulating that. I'm inferring a lot. That's correct, Toucan. And, like, also, I'm kind of trying to work around the conversation and some of the things that he said a little bit later. Like, I listened to it live, and not absolutely everything was captured in Broward's video, obviously, because it was a long conversation. But yeah, like, there's a point here. Listen.
Because you know we're rotating. What do you mean?
I know because no one's shooting me P door.
Chance. How do you know that none of us are P door?
Because nobody's shooting him, he knows that you must be rotating, is what he's saying. So he made a gamble, and nobody shot him. So, and that means that they are leaving. They're heading to car. They're heading out front, like in his prediction.
Or in the flag. How do you know that?
Because I know how you guys play.
What does that mean? How you know? What does that mean?
Which, for the record, he should be checking it coming in, you would think. But even if he doesn't, he knows he has Cycle backing him up, which does add some legitimacy to the whole play. Because as long as Cycle is backing him up, if he does get caught off guard and he does get shot in the side, and his gamble is incorrect, then he could be saved by Cycle, right? He could turn into like a big bait, and it could work out.
Chance, if you know how we play, then why don't you beat us on land? What does that mean? You know how we play? What does that even mean?
This game is all matchups.
What are you talking about?
I'm just better, bro.
The game's on,
I'm just better. So oh yeah, ABG's upset.
How do you know that we're not in the flag rotating? How do you know we're rotating? How?
Hey,
Sound, have you played any other game except Halo? Like, have you played like CS?
Bro, for the record, APG was going wild at this point in the stream. Like, I think he was trying to be considerate to Monster because he knew that Bound was putting a lot of pressure on Monster. So he was like trying to like get Bound to lay off and give Monster an opportunity to like take a second and talk uncontested, But they were having a totally fine like back and forth, and APG he just kind of came right in between it and just killed it like 3 times. It was fucking funny, but anyway. Yeah, Broward didn't get it, but yeah, like APG was kind of like milking, but because he did it, I remember Bound was like, he started it, bro, or whatever. You guys have to see the clip. When Bound says he started it, that was hilarious. Like, that was just content right there. He's like, APG like silenced them in the court, and he's like, why didn't you listen to me? And then Bound's like, I don't know, you gotta be there.
I understand.
It's like children in class,
just
bro.
Know how we play or the gap or whatever. But how do you know that nobody, when you wide swing this the way you do, right? How do you know that none of us are in yellow and could come out of P-tunnel at any given moment and just 5 you in the side of the head? How do you know that?
You're Shady and Diff for 2 years. Apparently Shady's been playing.
I just play like that because
you just said you knew that, like before you.
No, like
5 minutes
no.
ago. So now you don't know, like what? How do you know that none of us are P-door or in the flag? How do you know that?
Because I know how you guys play. First of all, I'm just guessing.
You're just guessing.
For the record, so when he said I'm just guessing, like I was watching this live and I remember typing in the chat, he's just like it was just a guess. I said like he's just guessing, something like that. Like right before he said I'm just guessing, not that like he's even reading chat, but like I hope, like I don't know if I threw him off, like if he just read my comment. For the record, guessing is a super weak word to use in this situation. To say I'm just guessing, like that's weak, bro. What he should have said would be like, this guy's making a read and he took a gamble, right? When you say I'm just guessing, you sound guilty as hell. You sound guilty when you say I'm guessing. So that, I don't know if I threw him off, if he just picked a bad word for the situation that didn't properly articulate what was going on. Yeah, like I just took I had a hard read on Renegade. I took a gamble. You know, he made a play, and you know, it might have worked, it might not have worked. Basically, he's gambling. Saying he's guessing makes it seem unconfident, right? And it puts him under fire, like he's lying, basically.
Oh,
We read the statement. We read
I'm
the
just
statement.
guessing.
You're just guessing.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, Chance, you always just say you're
because-
guessing, but your guessing
because-
is so
I mean,
good.
you made a
at this level where
prediction.
It's not guessing. It can't be guessing
Yeah.
anymore.
Later.
Play the clip. Play the clip. I mean, Chance, look at it, bro. Your aimer, Chance. Look at your aimer. Look at that, Chance. Look. It goes down to Renegade's head for a millisecond, Chance. It literally teleports to his head.
An
for a
educated
second,
wish.
Right?
Bro,
And
I'm-
teleports back up. Chance, that's
all
not
I-
lag. That's not lag.
Bro,
ABG making bank off
lots
this.
of times
Meanwhile,
where I was lagging, and on my phone.
in
cam.
one frame, yeah.
And I mean, that's another topic. How come the second you get monitor cam, you lose?
I don't know. It is what it is.
That is not what it is. No, that's not it. I've never been like that's not it is what it is. Chance, your
It is what it is kind of a crazy response, you know, when all these accusations are kind of flying at you. Like, why is it that when you monitor cammed, you went 2-15, bro? You know what I mean? Because his performance did take a dip when he went on monitor cam. And the monitor cam was not live, by the way. Like, I guess what happened was the thing is like, if it's not live, then how is he under any kind of anxiety or pressure? Like, I don't know. Apparently he turned his phone on and he had like a phone camera over his POV for the grand finals, specifically for Renegade. And then he sent the VOD over to Renegade. And this was all happening, you know, behind the scenes. We didn't see this, the public. But once that was turned on, like his stats did take a noticeable dip. He went like 3 and I don't know, like he had some rough game. One of them was 2-15 or something like that. But they still went to game 5 grands for the record. Like the bracket was reset. The final series went to game 5. So it was still, there's still a lot of contention, you know?
aimer goes to his head for a frame and then teleports back. That's
Monster.
not lag. It's not.
It is lag because
No, it's not. Chance. I could make myself lag right now. I cannot replicate this via lag.
Yeah.
The only time I see shit like this is if I've watched somebody who has aim hacks and I watch it back in
Literally-
theater. That's what this looks like.
after the live fire game, the game 4 and game 5 was fucking skipping.
Oh, so that's why he lost the game 4 and game 5. Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So it has
Yep.
nothing to do with the fact
Yeah.
that your monitor cam in. Nothing to do with
No,
that.
absolutely not.
No, nothing. Okay. All right. That makes no f***ing sense, Chance.
You think I'm aimbotting?
Yes. Look at the tweet. It says aim hacks last
Bro,
rolls.
I'm not cheating. And
Chance,
2,
the clip doesn't says
I'm
otherwise.
just
Wait,
lagging.
pause,
That's all
pause,
there is.
pause.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. You could have, and like we talked about with the tweets, you can have like various forms of like aimbot. It doesn't have to be a hardcore aimbot. It can be like a soft lock. It can be like you could have more aim assist. Basically, there's a lot of flexibility with the cheats, which makes this shit so difficult to figure out. We talked about this. Like Bound has a point in that this looks sus even for theater standards. But it's theater in the end of the day. And the only way, like we can't do much with this, right? In the end of the day, like the only way for us to like truly take this as like definitive evidence would be to compare it to actual cheats in a theater setting.
This is the way.
Thank you, CC. Basically, Monster's saying he's lagging. He's playing from his like mom's house or something. He's got really bad internet. I heard somebody say he has like 2 upload or something. Like I'd want like full details on everything, basically. And it sounds like he's not in a great position financially. So having good internet is not something that he just like has the option for right now. Like, and we'll look at the tweets, you know, because he's being called out for asking people for money. We're almost done the video.
That's all there is to it, bro. I swear.
Okay, so after this part of the video, they just keep going at it. It's just a bunch of rambling, so I'm just gonna cut it here. But we've covered him on this channel before, so let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Oh, and if you want to watch the full conversation that went down between these two, make sure you go to APG stream and subscribe to his channel so that you can watch his vibe. But yeah, that does it here, man.
Yeah. Thank you, APG. Man's been covering it, giving us all the content here, right? Okay, and thank you, Broward. That was a really well done video. I think we had a good summary of kind of like what we know, with a few things omitted that we can kind of dive into as well, right? Like, so Bound's tweet, which is kind of exploded. 411,000 views. How we doing, chat? The stuttering reticle thing I've seen before. The guy was confirmed cheating. Interesting. Okay, Kaplan, thank you. Can you like, what would be nice is, can you take that cheater that you're talking about with the stuttering reticle and compare and contrast? Like, can we, you know what I mean? Like, we need to put together, I mean, maybe we don't need to. Maybe the guy's just banned regardless of what he says, because it sounds like he's not in a good spot. But if you really want to lock the guy down definitively, then having like a case like that where you show another POV that is a cheater and it looks the same, like that would be pretty convincing, you know? Shady got banned for less. No, but that's the thing with Shady. We already talked about this. Like Shady, like he was exposed in a way that was very convincing because somebody took the actual cheat and showed a demonstration of how the cheat worked and how it looked in theater, and it was identical to Shady's gameplay, which made it like irrefutable. Basically, like that's how you lock down a cheater. You make a freaking case like that. That was well done. So okay, so this is interesting, right? So he's like, I play on shitty internet. My ping spikes to 200. Sounds rough, but and then baby Nikki replies here. Were you also lagging? We're just calling him out. Also lagging when you forgot to pay me back months ago when I lent you money. Not only did you pay me back, but you had the audacity to ask me for more. Do better. So he's like asking, and I feel bad even just like shining a light on all of these. These are like personal things, you know what I mean? It's not my jurisdiction. Anyway, he wants like 150 to 200. He promises he'll pay it back. She agrees to give him the money. And then he comes back and says, look, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make the date. Can I get another $200? And she's like, look, you know, like this isn't really cool. So that mean you're not going to pay me? Like when you said you would, he won't be. And then apparently like he has not paid her according to, I don't know if he's like, okay, she replied actually. She said like he still hasn't paid her, apparently. I think. Which is not a good look. Yeah, and no, he still hasn't paid me back. And this was like August, early September. He's asking for money. And it's not just her. He, you know, we've got Huskers, who apparently got the same DM, and Gunplexion got a DM. You guys said there was a Gunplexion video. Maybe we watched that. And you've got, was it Sud 2? Replied to this as well. He got the same DM. Yeah, I mean, not a good look, right? So it puts you in a tough position now because it tells me that, you know, man's in difficult circumstances, which I want to empathize with, but it also gives him a reasonable motive to start cheating. Like he needs the money. Okay, now he's cheating. You know what I mean? Could it also like, so on the flip side, if we're trying to, you know, address this like as objectively as possible, and something that APG had alluded to many times on the stream when Monster was there, was like he wanted Monster to just like admit that he had anxiety issues or something like that. Like, I don't know. And obviously like if Monster's not comfortable with something, like some personal issue that he has, we don't need to know. But like, you know, are there certain personal issues that are affecting his ability to perform on LAN? Because that's a big part of the conversation here too, right? Like his online statistics and his LAN statistics, they don't match up. Do his circumstances, his mental health, he's not taking care of himself, like I don't know, is that like somehow taking away from his ability to perform on LAN? And is this like some proof of the fact that he's not in a good situation? Because like if you don't have a lot of money, it affects a lot of other things in life, you know, like he could have, you know, it could be a struggle from a mental health perspective. It's such a difficult conversation to navigate, you know, like the last thing I want to do is blow up somebody on the internet who's dealing with some shit. But if you're cheating, it's like we got to look at it, right? It's just, the whole situation is just fucking wild. Sorry for swearing. Try not to do that too much, but anyway, you guys said there was a Gunny video. Link me the video that Gunny made. Let's see that. Yeah, motive with the smoking gun clip on live. Yeah, so within the tweet, there are other clips. So like Druck has been on his case for a while. Druck is convinced that he's cheating. Dude, Druck's, this is hilarious, by the way. Hold on, let's just play this.
The Bible, God can strike my right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word! Right hand on the Bible, God can...
That's the best fucking clip. Wait. So, okay, so... Druck has a clip from, like, way back that also looked kind of sus. The Gunny vid got me. You're going to like it. Somebody link me the Gunny vid in Twitch. Snipedown's getting involved now too. We got a lot of, you know, big names in this. Bestman doesn't seem to be convinced that he's cheating. And Royal 2 took a look at the ritual gameplay. Can we get the ritual clip as well, if we can get that? Because it seemed like Royal 2 wasn't 100% convinced that even the ritual gameplay was like cheats. And then, is it Fate ZD? Halo player had a clip of Monster shooting through his teammate to get a kill.
This is the way.
That he couldn't even see. Check this out. This one is honestly maybe one of the most blatant, like, looking ones that I've seen, because I don't know what to make of it. Like, this one's actually kind of crazy to me. Check this out. So, okay, so he's up on top gold. His teammate's in front of him. He knows that the push is coming, but the timing of his shot and the way he did it is just like, I got no audio. He shoots through his teammate and nails the guys that he can't even see. Like, out of all the clips that we've seen, this looks the most blatant. But this could be that's the thing, is like, in the end of the day, theater is so broken sometimes. It looks very sus. Theater is just so inconsistent. And what he's mentioned about his internet connection, if he's on freaking 200 ping, like, what is he seeing right now? Is Squall A in front of him already dead by the time he starts shooting? Because the guy, like, dies. He's like, or does he kill a Squall A? I don't even know. But, like, what is he seeing? And is he seeing something a little bit different than we are? Obviously, he understands that people are pushing him, but, like, it just looks... And why are you shooting through your teammate, bro? Like, what the hell? He's going to die anyway. Right? Is it just a theater problem, or is this, like, the worst clip of them all? Because I think this is the one that's, like, the hardest for me to justify. Can we replicate a grenade blowing up? Yeah, we can't. How do we replicate that one? Yeah, I don't know. How do you bring that? I don't know. I'm stumped on this one. I'm gonna be honest. This one doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. But, like, out of all of his gameplay, that's all we got. You know, like, obviously there's more. I'm just saying, can we get more of that? I want to see more of those, and then he's screwed completely, right? Like, let me see more of him shooting through a teammate, like, at a target, like, you literally can't even see, because that's pretty convincing. Can we stop looking at theater? We don't have a lot to go on, though. That's the issue. Like,
this is the way.
This is the way.
Thank you, Francis.
This is the way.
I'm trying to find Druck's reply. There it is.
SSG could very well regain the lead right here.
This one's pretty wild, too.
Snakebite
This one's pretty
knows
wild.
that he can't move yet. Wow, I'm actually a little surprised to see him reveal his location there. Thought he might have waited a little bit longer before going for the lift.
This is in tournament,
Lift makes
obviously.
a lot of noise, but he's hitting some fantastic shots on Monster, making his life very difficult.
So the guy backs, like, look at that. So Stellar is in a fight with Frosty, and I guess the only defense is that...
This is the way.
Is it 20 cakes? Thank you, brother. The only defense you could have is that Stellar called out the fact that Frosty was over at Yard, but, like, the location of his scope is directly on the man, and he's at Yard BR through, like, multiple walls right now, right? Like, did he just, like, mess up and show us that the guy's that he was walling this whole time, right? Like, this is definitely some CSI shit at
Making
this
his
point.
life very difficult.
He just snapped on him and realized, oh shit, he's through like 3 walls. I can't shoot that. Because, like, if not, then that's just
Monster, making his life
like, because
very
let's
difficult.
say he has no idea what kind of reticle placement is that. That's like, for pro standards, that's god awful. Right? He tweeted again. Okay, we'll look at it. That's just not good reticle placement from a pro standard. Why would you scope like that through to? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, maybe he's scoping at Stellar. Maybe he's thinking, like, okay, Stellar got a call out, and he's scoping to Stellar's, like, name, the icon, right? That's what he's thinking about. And anyway. The only thing apart from that, though, is, like, all of these other aspects. Like, if he can see that, why can't he see
Makes a lot of noise, but he's hitting some fantastic shots on Monster, making his life very difficult. Monster going to have to find a way to survive here. Does a good job to dodge him, reveal his location there. Thought he might have waited a little
There, he looks away as Snakebite lifts and then does a double take.
bit longer before.
When your gameplay is like that, that's what makes it so difficult. Like if he's seeing that guy through 3 freaking walls, then how is he not seeing Snakebite the moment that he lifts here and getting caught like that?
Before going for the lift. A little
He's
bit
just-
longer before going for the lift.
He's just a master manipulator, you know? He's like let me play it off a little bit, you know? Let me just let Snakebite shoot me in the side just so people know I'm not walling in this instance. Like, bro, that's crazy to me that you would like that would be overwhelming. Like, I don't know how I would manage you know what I mean? It's just wild. Okay, so you guys said there was another statement, is that? And then the Gunny video, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna need you guys' help to keep me on track here. Too busy walling the left side of the screen to notice that. Yeah, like what? Toggles? But like, if you're toggling walls, like how do you do that? Like, do you just like, wouldn't you press a button at least on your keyboard or something? Like, he's actively in the game, like trying to survive, looking at like 360ing on S4. Like, where do you find the time to toggle your? You know what I mean? It just, I don't know how the system works, but it's just weird. It's very weird. Bro, if he's foot pedal toggling walls, like this is some freaking 2 million IQ cheating, you know? This is insane. He didn't get caught specifically, but like he's been banned. So his main account and all of his alts have been banned on the game, on matchmaking. He's been banned by HCS at this point. And I don't know if like his ban is specifically because they found like undeniable evidence that we don't know about, or if it's because there's just so much noise being generated and so many pros are just like accusing him that the situation, the optics of the situation is so bad right now that HCS is like, bro, look, we can't even defend you. We're just going to get out of here. We don't want the fight. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want the smoke, because I know like HCS, you know, they're a business in the end of the day, and they'll do that. If there's a lot of heat going on that they don't want to deal with,
good Halo right
they'll just
there.
remove
That
you.
is just damn good Halo.
It's a Gasky,
My
thank
God.
you for the subscription, brother. Welcome. 6 months in advance. Let's go. So my financial situation, borrowing money, this is something I'm not proud of, and will pay those involved back. Wow, there's more than just the one person. I went through a lot all of last year mentally and was homeless, sleeping in my car weeks at a time. There's no excuse, and I shouldn't have taken advantage of my friends. I shouldn't have promised one thing and acted like nothing happened after. I wasn't raised like this, and I hope I can make up for those I let down. The people involved I have DM'd and will get it situated as soon as I can. Again, I'm truly sorry. I'm better mentally and have some sort of reliable income now. The habits I had last year were not healthy, and if any person is struggling, please get help. Get yourself in a better routine. Again, there's no excuse, and I hope I make it right. I respect this reply. I'll be honest. It sounds like he actually is dealing with a lot. Like, obviously, you know, it's tough to take anything he says seriously when we've seen what we've seen, and like the situation is as crazy as it's been. But like, I mean, man, you know, if he's actually homeless, living in his car, and he'd be going through it mentally.
This is the way.
Jawsy, thank you for the follow.
This is the way.
Like, what do you do with that? Growing up. The thing is, okay, so I'm going to say something about, let's just say for a second that he's not cheating. This is a crazy situation if he's not cheating, right? Like, he's been like under fire. Like, this would do a lot to a person, you know? Like, because if you're accused of cheating and people think you are, they don't, Vladimir, thank you. They don't pull any punches. Like, people, there are some terrible people out there that will fuck you, like, you know what I mean? Like, harass the hell out of you. Splash action, thank you.
This is the way.
This is a lot for one person to go through that I'd like to empathize with, you know? Like, my hope is that if he's somehow not cheating, is this a blessing? You know what I mean? Is there a blessing in all this? Is there a valuable, positive lesson for the guy? And like, is he actually just, you know, really good at the game and misunderstood? And, you know, maybe there's an opportunity for him to keep competing and find a future doing this in some capacity, you know? Like, if he's not if he's not cheating and this was a big misunderstanding somehow, then maybe this could be a blessing. Like, I hope that, you know, I don't know what it would feel like to be in this situation. It can't be good to be in a situation like this, regardless. There's some terrible, sorry, I'm sorry. Don't take my comments out of context here. I'm doing my best. Young, he's 28, I believe. I believe he's 28, which is young, man, which is young. If he had a brain that functioned well, maybe he should see, like, we got people like this. Hold on. Start showcasing him not cheating. That's fair. That's fair. I think he could do a much better job defending himself. And, you know, maybe there are some, like, you know, maybe just like, you know, mental health, there are certain, he's having, maybe there's anxiety, you know, maybe it's difficult for him to properly communicate a situation. Maybe he needs, you know, can we help? Can I talk to him? I don't know if I can do anything. You know what I mean? Like, what can we do? Because this is just wild to me. If a person is aimbotting wall hacking on account and change their name right away, is that possible? No. So if you're banned for cheating, it's a hardware ban. So it doesn't matter like what username you have. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't, I think at least, you shouldn't be able to make any new account. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just saying, like, can we help him better communicate his innocence if he is truly innocent? I know how the internet works, and I know what it feels like to be accused of things you didn't do, and it's really painful, you know, when people jump to conclusions, and it's terrible. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to go through that kind of darkness, you know, especially not with somebody in these circumstances, if these are his actual circumstances. It's freaking brutal, man. Let's get the Gunny video up. If you guys have a link to the Gunny video, I missed it. And then I'm going to go to the bathroom before we watch it. All right, thank you. 5-minute break. How do we do the ads? No, I mean, like, we're not even going to talk about Dr. Disrespect. That's a whole fucking rabbit hole I'm not going down. That's a darkness. His gameplay, and imagine he has a big BTB radar. No, that'll take some time. We're going to look at this. We're going to look at the ritual footage. And if we can get Royal 2's reaction to that footage, I think that'd be great too. Yeah. And then just give me a sec. I'm going to take a piss.
Oh, that is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. My God.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
None of it is conclusive, I would say. Unless you guys got something for me. What's this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a quick clip. We can watch that. I had that open, actually. Talking about this, right? Boo Boo's comments? The Gunny video is sad? Oh, no, bro. So, Boo Boo didn't have a lot to say. He doesn't know the situation, but he has teamed with him before, and that's part of the reason why there's so much attention on, you know, whether or not he's cheating. Because if if he is, he's played with like all the top players. Not that they knew. I'm just saying it's like, it's crazy to imagine that he's been so heavily involved with so many, in so many, I guess they're online tournaments, but important tournaments, playing with the best players, and everybody's had a turn, to think that he'd been cheating the whole time. So Boo Boo has a personal experience teaming with him, and then he talks about it briefly in this clip.
But so he asked me like, what do I think? And I was like, dude, I played that tourney with him 2 weeks ago, and like, I'm not gonna lie, like some of the callouts he was giving me were insane, dude.
Oh
Like-
my god,
like
this is
mid-
actually getting spicy, bro. I knew
like,
this shit was happening.
like mid game, he'd call someone out. He's across the map. I'm like paying attention to our chances. I'm paying attention to the guy
That
he
is just
called
good
out.
Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God. That is loud, bro. Thank you so much for the sub. Let's get it. Halo Makes with the first time sub at tier 1. Thank you. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Yeah, so Boo Boo's saying like he's got God comms, basically, which is interesting.
This is the way.
Mid game, he'd call someone out. He's across the map. I'm like paying attention to our chances. I'm paying attention to the guy he called out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah, yeah, bro. I knew this shit was
Like,
sus because
mid game. I'm not trying to throw anyone on the bus, dude, because I don't know if he's cheating or not. Like, I'm not the type of guy to fucking. I don't give a fuck, really. But that was just like, I'm telling y'all what I told my.
This is the way.
Yeah, Boo Boo's a good dude. You can tell. Is it Tactics? Thank you for the follow. Last thing he wants to do is like, condemn somebody when he doesn't know the situation. But what he's saying is, it seems like his callouts are like, it's like suspect. They're so good, almost. Like he's calling out things. He's like, how does this guy? How's he getting that information, right? Which like kind of aids in the point that we made watching him in these tournaments. Like Monster himself doesn't exactly pop off, but his teammates tend to pop off with him. Like he brings the best out of his team, and it could be due to the info that he's getting on the map. If he's walling, he's getting a lot of, vital info about where players are. Okay.
This broke my heart.
This is a 27-minute video. Chat? 27-minute video? Are we doing this?
Greetings, everybody.
Get your popcorn
Cock-a-doodle-doo,
out.
Rise and shine. Today's currently Tuesday, January 7th. Welcome back to the Gabagools channel. We're live here on Twitch. I barely fucking slept last night. My brain's been thinking nonstop about this fucking scumbag. How he got away with it for 3 years.
Okay, well, thank you, Starblin. Gunny is convinced. My word. Like he's let his position know. Like it's known. Like this man.
Breaks my heart every day, bro.
He's convinced.
But I think one of the most important things that bothers me is that this kid was a mod in my channel. I think he's obviously friends with a lot of people.
Was a mod
I think
too.
a lot of
he
people
was.
probably feel this way. But this shit really hit home, bro. Like this shit is something that I'm not taking very lightly. This shit is actually really fucked up.
And fair, because when you look at the amount of work that, sorry if I keep pausing it, when you think of the amount of work that this guy puts in, like, and how close he's come to having certain opportunities, right? Like he's in that same kind of like tier, I'll say, as far as like, there are people who, would have had career opportunities if Monster wasn't in this, wasn't in play, right? So when it's your whole livelihood and your life's work and somebody else is cheating and getting spots that you might have deserved, like that's really serious.
So I'm here to state my opinion. I'm gonna make a video about this. I think it's right being the people's champ. I think it's right to get to the bottom.
You affect
of
a
this
lot
and,
of people.
Stand up.
A lot of
talk
people
about what's going on.
There's
and
no
maybe
walking it
give
back.
More of a voice to the other.
There's no like, okay, if he, I'm sorry, but if he's actually cheating, like, there's especially after everything, there's no way out. There's no walking it back. Sadly, like there's no coming back. Unfortunately, if he is actually cheating, there's no coming back from this.
People who are a little bit
No matter
scared
what
to
you
talk about this or maybe not comfortable bringing out their voice, but I don't give a fuck, so I'll be the person to do it. Now, this kid has been getting away with murder for 3 years. This kid, in the past, Chance has obviously did well in Halo 5. He's been to LAN, yada, yada, yada. I don't really give a fuck what people have done in the past on a different game. If we're in a whole new generation of gaming, we're on PC now. We're in a whole new world of gaming, like I said.
Not a statement.
We're not on Xboxes anymore. I feel like people
He's still
feel
defending
like
himself in the statement.
they have more of a reason now to cheat because they could get away with it. They're on a team. They've had past,
100%.
very good placements in the past. They have a good history. Now I feel like today's generation, these fuckers are more obligated to start cheating because they think they get away with it.
Yeah, and cheating is much more
Now, after
accessible
seeing
than
this
it's ever
kid
been.
Monster get away with it for 3 years really fucking boils my blood, and it kind of made me second guess myself in so
I hear
many
you,
different
Trish.
ways, shapes, or form. Like where I think that how is he reading me? Am I this bad of a player? Am I that obvious? Like this video is like the perfect way to explain my feelings to you guys. For the people who know me every day, I grind every fucking day for 12 hours a day. I know I play matchmaking. I play tournaments.
He's
whatever.
not even exaggerating, bro. It's crazy.
But bro, during this time in this video, for almost 4 weeks straight, it was 4 open weeks.
Have people
I went
known?
to
I don't
Rob the
think
Turtle's
so.
house every
Count.
morning. I drove all the.
If people knew, they would not be playing with him. Let's be real, okay? People want to give him the benefit of the doubt. 343 themselves did an investigation. They cleared him, okay? Like, do not nobody. You can't pull anybody else into this. It wouldn't be fair. Like, people did not know. If he is cheating, he's been a mastermind, like almost to a typical degree. Like nobody's been cheating this long without being known. Like it's kind of crazy. But people do not know. No.
Way to Rob the Turtle's house every morning to go get ready for this open pool play tourney every single weekend for 4 weeks straight. I got my ass up at 7 o'clock, got in the car,
It takes
drove
skill
to
to
Long
cheat
Island,
as well
which
as
is
he's
an hour and a
cheated, if
half.
that's the case. Yeah.
Got to
Oh,
Rob's
yeah.
house.
Nobody else is
Rob's
doing this
fucking
again.
making French toast and
3 years is
waking
a
up
long
while
time.
I'm shooting bots, right? So all of this hard work, all of this shit, just to get being by this kid, and years later, this kid still gets opportunities to get on a top teams. And then here I am fucking
I remember
screaming my
this.
nuts off. I'm so aggravated.
watching this.
My heart's broken that I just lost that series. I'm fucking yelling at my best friends, Rob the Turtle and Ziad, as if we fucked up, that we didn't guarantee shit. But little do I fucking know that this scumbag was cheating.
Bro.
Fuck, man, we got.
You're gonna need to censor a lot in this video. Like I know I swear, but my word.
Literally cheating. This game, I wish I could. If I'm gonna go back to the VOD, I'll find it. Yo, Bound Adam was in my stream. There's probably like 800 people watching this game. The whole community was watching this series.
I watched him review it. If that's what we're gonna do, I don't know if he's got definitive Starscream. Thank you.
When I tell you I played
evidence here,
God
we'll see.
lights out this fucking day. Like, this was the last opening tournament before Arlington. So, like, this was the most important fucking opening tournament.
Right.
For personally my career to go to LAN and get a spot into pool play.
Francis,
right? Everybody's been gatekeeping, saying, yo, Gunny needs to make the pool play LAN. I could have had my opportunity here. Am I blaming Chance fully for my career? Not at all.
Yeah, he basically this match was the difference maker between him getting into this tournament, like or not, basically.
But
It was
I'm
against
going to get to
Monster's
the
team.
big picture of
It's
what's
super
fucked up
close.
about all of this. But step one, excuse me. This motherfucker had me thinking and acting like a dickhead to my teammates, thinking we didn't guarantee shit harder. I'm thinking to myself, I could have played even better. Like,
Yeah.
I played my lights out. I played my heart out. I left my blood, sweat, and tears out in this fucking game. I left.
That's valid in that, like, the mental toll. Like, if you think somebody's cheating and you don't know, like, when you go back and you review, like, the mindset you have is like, could we have done something better? Like, did we screw up? When you find somebody's cheating, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, this is mind blowing in so many ways, and it's so difficult to deal with, like, mentally, when you're like, you know, trying to look at yourself, but really you're just going up against like somebody that was going to win anyway.
Left it
'cause
out in
he's
this series,
fucking cheating.
and we still managed to lose this game by 10 seconds because Monster's making God plays over God plays.
Take our time, man.
Okay.
Even though I was making God, like when I tell you, I was making fucking God plays for Bound to come in and say, yo, bro, that was some of the best Halo I've ever seen. That like literally put the biggest smile on my face. But
I definitely
little
want to
did
just
they
see the
know that
footage.
I
You
didn't
know,
give
I do definitely want to just see the. I can empathize with him in his circumstances. You know, he's definitely very upset. But but like I want to just see, you know, what is the evidence that he has to display that's like convincing. I don't want to skip it accidentally, but you know what I mean?
You know, now you guys got a taste of how heartbroken I was. Now, how heartbroken I am right now still to this moment. Like I said, I haven't slept all fucking night. I've been up since 7 a.m. I went to bed at 12 o'clock last night. I couldn't sleep. I quit my family business for this shit just so these fuckers could get a better opportunity than me, because people say that I haven't made it to pool play and land.
So does his video not present any irrefutable evidence to like support? There's no evidence, just his feeling? Oh. Wow. Look, man, Gunny deserves opportunities. He puts a lot of work in. This is an example of a pro player that, like, you know, is in the thick of, he's in the trenches, right? Like, there are a lot of people who are in the trenches who deserve a shot in the game and might have had that opportunity taken away from them because they're losing to a potential cheater. I was hoping that he would, like, show, you know what I mean? Like, but yes, I get it. This really sucks for him. Like, is it 27 minutes of, it's just a TED Talk. Okay, fair. Bad. His opinion on Monster in the comps. Okay. Do you guys want me to watch the whole thing of that, or just talking about his feelings? Yeah. I mean, I get it, man. I get it. It does suck. It does suck. He's swearing a lot, though, is all I'm saying.
That's why I haven't made it on team. Yo, Gunny hasn't made it to pool play on land. Okay. That's the only reason so far, guys. Because I haven't made it to pool play. Right? Now,
10 months ago, yeah.
Now we're going to get to the good stuff. Oh, man. That was fun.
Okay, the good stuff.
So, this is what I need to get to the bottom of in this video, and hopefully somebody could, you know, maybe collab with me about this, and we could get to the bottom of this.
Hey, Gabarius.
So,
I saw the Broward
I already
video.
accept the fact that I'm not blaming Monster for my career and not making it to a top team. And, you know, making a pool play. I'm not blaming him for that.
Which
but
is
I will
good.
blame him for that one time, obviously. That was very, very important to me. And how I reacted to my teammates was not fair. Yelling at them like that, tell them to guarantee it.
We'll get to it.
When we played lights out, and little do we know we got fucking cheated by a scumbag. Now, my voice is here, and this is the big picture of what I want to discuss, is everybody in the last 3 years has bashed me nonstop. Oh, Gunny's an online kid. Gunny's a free-for-all kid. Gunny's on 10 ping. Gunny's this. He doesn't die. I've heard it all, bro. I've heard I was racist. I heard I stream snipe. I heard I cheated. I heard this. I heard I'm a grandma abuser. I've heard it all throughout the last 3-4 years, bro. I don't know what else to fucking do. I've heard it all. I've seen it all.
Who wants to be his lawyer?
Now, I think it's time for reality set in for a lot of the competitive scene, especially for us Halo players at a top level. These guys need to wake up. I think they need to accept the fact that there's new talent out there that's better than them and that's going to work harder than them, that they're just old and they're white. I'm sorry, bro, but they're just...
Wait, who's he calling out right now? All right, man. Look, man, I'm all for, like, I support this man in getting opportunities and killing it on land. Let's see him do it. I think he's got the potential. He's putting the work in. I'm ready to see it happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure this resonated with a lot of people because there are a lot of people who are in the trenches like him and trying to get an opportunity. And it does, I will say, like, there's kind of a gate-kept aspect to the, like, inner circle of being a top player. That is 100% a fact. Like, you need to, and obviously if you're good enough and you're getting wins on land and earning it, then you will get those opportunities. But like, there is sort of an inner circle to an extent where, like, you know, you got to know the right people. You got to play the networking game for sure. If you're a younger player, you do get to kind of like shoot up faster. You look at somebody like Avusi, like subbing into like Druck's team, you know, getting opportunities at 17 because he's a young player and he's good while young. You know, like people will place more of their belief in somebody who looks like they might have explosive potential because they're younger. Gunny's in a bit of a different position where he's like, you know, more in the trenches. He's 29, but like clearly has the ability, you know, like, so I think a lot of people can empathize with and like, and, you know, relate to his circumstances. And I'm here for it, you know, like I'm here for this man finding his success. And the end of the day, you know, I'll be there when it happens type thing. Like we don't need to see the, you know, the whole heartfelt feelings part. Anyway, Yeah, I mean, seeing Legend up there with the MVP award and bursting into tears like that, you know, I teared up watching that shit. Like, that's a big deal. That's his dream, you know? Interesting mention about the Valorant cheating part. Yeah. Oh, Chance, you've been cheating? Hold on. Chance, you've been cheating for deadass 8 years. You cheated on Valorant and H1Z1. You just keep stealing money, chalk it up shit. Well, Jesus. C9 Austin, too. Okay. The one thing you got to hand to the competitive community is they don't pull punches. That's for sure. Like, they really. Did I read the monster tweet? We did read the monster tweet. We had footage that we wanted to look at from the ritual gameplay and Royal 2's reaction to it. Does anybody have something like that? That they can link me? Keep throwing links my way if you want. I'll react to anything you guys put in front of me. Royal 2 says he's had a bunch of Valorant accounts. He was banned in Valorant, and he talked about it in his statement. He said that he got unbanned because apparently it was like a false positive. The screenshot that he sent us didn't confirm anything, though. Like, there's no way for us to know for sure based off the screenshot that he was actually unbanned from Valorant, and it was a false positive. No problem, Ezra. Happy to be here. Kush, why are you being a dick? Wait, what's going on, bro? Nah, dude, like, okay, for the record, though, you have to respect his video and coverage of the situation. Like, if you watch this, like, it takes a lot of time and energy and creativity to actually take, like, a 4-hour broadcast and put it into 17 minutes and do it in a way that's, like, easy to watch and digestible. Like, that's high quality content, I would say. It's an excellent video. So we should be tipping the man, not, you know, attacking the guy just because he's hasn't been in the scene as long, or like publicly. He's been in the scene for a long time. It's a W. Sure. It's going good. Oh, well, he's as good as it can be. Jelly, how you doing, brother? It's a crazy, crazy situation for sure. It's a crazy situation. And yeah, a lot of people outside of Halo as well are convinced that the man is cheating, which doesn't help his case. Whoa. My word. Yeah, this is the old video. This is with the Stranger Things music and whatnot. Did you guys see Brainstorm cheating? Did anybody see, like, his defense is actually kind of hilarious, though. Brainstorm's not even just to, like, call the guy out, but, like, his defense was hilarious. Because when you see him cheating, it's like, it's so blatant, it's comedy. It's so blatant, it's comedy. And he's, like, literally saying, I've been known for some time, these clips are just me playing. Like, that's wild. That's crazy work. If you actually look at Brainstorm's situation. His was the most obvious blatant cheating, and like the pros are like laughing about it in a chat, and then he actually has the audacity to defend himself.
Oh, that is just good Halo right there.
Paulie with the gifted, the Broward. Let's go, brother. Total 30. Appreciate you, man. Mocked me for being good. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, one thing I've noticed with a lot of these like cheaters is there's a general attitude associated, like, as an ego and an attitude associated with these cheaters that really makes it easy to catch them. You know, like, you know the cheater when you see one. It's like, oh yeah, he looks like a cheater. The thing with Monster is and maybe there's a little bit of that with Monster, but he's just he's a confusing guy. You know, I'm having a tough time reading the man. His circumstances are a little bit more unique than some of these other guys, where it's like, this guy's obviously cheating and he's got like the ego coupled with it that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even want to defend him. Oh, what? Brainstorm? He's just pooping on everyone, can't communicate. That does not mean he's cheating. With Monster, yeah, with Monster's situation, it seems more like, you know, he might not be cheating, and he might just not be doing a great job communicating for himself and defending himself. And it, like, clearly, in the end of the day, we've already talked about this. His statement, it's you know, it's a step somewhere. It's not going to save him, obviously. Like, the statement's not going to do enough. But now what has to happen is he's got to talk to the pros, and he's got to talk to Halo Studios. Like, we need Bound and Renegade and everybody else to like be convinced that he's not cheating, or else this isn't going to go away. Basically, man's got to open up, talk from the heart, get vulnerable, man. It doesn't have to be with us, but he's got to get vulnerable. Actually, though, that's his only way out. And if this brings some sort of like if this like gets him started, maybe, like he's talking a bit about his personal circumstances, which don't, they sound challenging. But in the end of the day, this isn't going to do it. Has anybody been able to get me a clip? Can I want to be able to just like sit here and have clips like thrown my way. You know what I mean? But I guess I just don't have the luxury. Hold on. So there's an APG clip of him like reacting to Ritual where he is convinced that the guy's cheating, but then Royal 2 watches it and he's like, like I do this, bro, I really don't know. I liked him. Couldn't you just put the cheats on a use? I don't know how they work. He was banned from MM before. He's banned from MM before Bound said anything. That's correct. So, okay, so simply being banned does not, I know this sounds crazy to say, but it does not necessarily like 100% confirm that he's a cheater. Like, actual like irrefutable evidence of him cheating is what will like allow us, the community, to 100% confirm that he's a cheater. The fact that he's been banned like doesn't look good. It's pretty convincing evidence against him, I guess, but like there's a chance it could be like a false positive somehow, like he's mentioning. It's hardware banned. Hardware ID. What are you trying to say? I remember Lucy getting banned. That's different. Yeah. So like a hardware ban versus like getting temporarily banned for, and it being like an obvious mistake. But yeah, like EAC is not flawless. It's not a flawless system. It can make mistakes. Cool. What's up? Is it Conce? What's up, brother? What's happening? We got just a big cheating situation. A player who it's looking like he's cheating, but it's not like 100% definitive. It's been going on for 3 years. He's been accused for 3 years. There was an investigation by 343. He came up clean, and like we kind of allowed him to continue. And now it's come back. More pros are accusing him, and now he's officially banned. And it's like a big deal, and it's kind of blowing up on Twitter a little bit. It's always mistakes on the same guy. I know. Not APG. No. APG is the one who's he's the judge, okay? He's making the content on it, and we've been kind of reacting to APG's content. I've been looking for a clip. His tag is Monster.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
There was like an actual clip that somebody had grabbed that showed here. This is it. Cheating. Did he get accused of cheating on MCC? I'm not sure. I don't even know if he played MC. He was playing H1Z1 for a while. Like he kind of came back for Infinite. I don't think he competed in. Did he compete in MCC? No problem, Clumsy. If I had 1,000 people listening in person, it would be a hell of a crowd. Just rewatch the Gunny video. The Gunny video does not. Here, so check this out.
I swear I didn't have it paused, bro. I never paused it though.
Nah, bro.
I never paused it when I went to it. I clicked it and then it paused by itself.
There's more to this game as well that I would have liked to see.
Right, watch
this looks
it.
rough. This is one of the worst looking ones.
This is nigga cheating.
So this is Ritual, which is Monster playing on his friend's account called Ritual, basically. And Monster confirmed that this is him playing on his friend's account.
That's on me. Let's
go Metro.
All right.
There's more before and after this that I would like to see. So we're not just looking at like one shot that he fires. So when Royal 2 reacted to this, Royal 2 like wasn't 100% convinced. Like even with this moment right here.
Paused it when I went to it. I clicked it and then.
Because a lot of pros do this. They sit at the wall and they like hold back on the scoreboard and wait for the guy to spawn. In this situation though, this is not a spawner, right? Like this is a player running out through bottom tower. And he, like, let's say he's holding scoreboard. We don't know if he's holding scoreboard. Like, he wouldn't see somebody spawn on the scoreboard in his reticle. You know what I mean? Like, this is a player coming out from tower who kind of walks in.
And it paused by itself. All right, watch this. It's perfect time.
That reaction time is insane. Like, insane reaction time for a controller Halo player, I would say. Like, it's fast.
Just watch this. It's perfect.
But it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's fast. And Monster does, like, if he's not cheating, his reactions are pretty fast. Like, even going back to, I found this old, like, Halo 5 clip.
Watch this. It's perfect time. Watch.
But that's the worst looking shot.
Right,
In this clip, that's the worst looking shot, where he's like, he's already kind of ready for it.
This is nigga cheating. This is nigga cheating.
What's weird is, like, okay, so he's like looking through the wall as if, hold on.
This nigga cheating.
Yeah. Why is he turning? Like, so why is he looking at, like, spawns and then turning before he actually comes out? Yeah, why? Why isn't he treating this the same as he just was with the other guy? Is there comms? Like, is there a call out on the guy? That's the only. So this guy's throwing a nade at him, meaning he knows. Is there call outs in the lobby? That's the only thing. Yeah, we need answers. Basically, like, this is what's making it so freaking tricky. So technically speaking, if there's any comms going on in this game currently, this guy has info and he knows he's down there and he's throwing a nade at him and, like, shooting at him, which would give him the insight to turn his reticle in advance. But, like, this looks weird, man.
Nigga cheating.
And then he scoped, and then he, yeah, which is fine. And he saw that other guy. There's, like, a little bit more later where he's just he wraps around the map, and then he comes back and he starts killing him off spawn, like, again, kind of.
God damn.
So it'd be nice if I could find, like, the full reaction. Nah, because it's in slow mo. I mean, everybody sounds drunk in slow mo. You should listen. Or listen yourself. Cheating situation extends way beyond just Monster. Boo Boo Dubu is also a hacker. Hold on. Okay. Please show this video to your audience. Type in Boo Boo Dubu hacking in YouTube search bar, and it will be the first video in the list. Oh, brother, where we down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're wrong. How about that? Boo Boo Dubu hacking. Target locked onto enemies behind walls. Oh shit! Boo Boo, I didn't think you play. You rolled like that. It's got 27 views. The mustache is just for show. Well, no. Come on. This is the thing. This is the thing about freaking... like, if you look hard enough at any pro's POV, you're going to find cheating. Like, so what this is luck, essentially. It's like, so, like, man knows... He's camoed. He knows to anticipate C-plat. He turns his reticle. There's a guy at the freaking C door, and when he turns it, oh my god, there's a guy in my reticle. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, this is just, it's just good fortune, man. Shit happens when you're in the right place in the right time in Halo. Somebody jumps into your reticle. Wow, okay, let me just shoot the guy that jumped into my fucking reticle. Hopefully he doesn't shoot him. Okay, he'd be in trouble if he stays out there for too long. But anyway. Ban him now! Ban that kid, whoever that was in my chat. Tell me this is cheating. And dude, in the whole game, you find this one instance, and then you come in the chat and say this is like off the... Okay, anyway. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. That's the thing about pro-level Halo is good players have good reticle placement. So their reticle is in the right place when it should be, meaning they just happen to... Sometimes they just happen to land on the target, you know? That's the beauty of just, you know, being in flow state, being a good Halo player. The thing about Monster and why people are so convinced that he's cheating, why the top pros are convinced that he's cheating, is actually because his reticle placement is bad. Like, it's like unusual. That's the weird thing about his gameplay. Like, he makes a lot of errors in reticle placement that you wouldn't think he would make at this level of play, if that makes sense. Like, his reticle's in weird spots. Like, anyway. Shyway confirmed cheater. He shot me once when I appeared on his screen. Shot once with the bandit in one situation. When it's just so insane. But Search, Search last shot cheating. He's such a cheater, bro. Any top player, right? Cornwall should have been, Ban them all, bro. Ban them all. They're all freaking cheaters. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see a longer clip for this. I don't know if there's a clip for Royal 2 where he's like reacting to it. That's funny though.
Did you get cinnamon bun at the... Nah.
No logic? I know that there's like a list of like banned players or cheaters, and there's also like a cheating Discord. I've heard something about Monster's name being in like a cheating Discord. I don't know if anybody can like confirm. Search me cheating, trust. All right, fine. But that's like another thing that people have looked to as a source of like, you know, irrefutable evidence that a guy is cheated. Like if you're in the cheater Discord, you know what I mean? Like I don't really know the details of that. Wait, he actually gets banned for cheating accidentally, right? Last shot? So last shot unintentionally proves that he's cheating. Is that it?
He is putting out his team comms in which he is revealing information that he couldn't possibly know from players that were never on his screen.
Bro?
Dude, one shot glass. One shot. A big door. He's going. He's sitting big door.
Oh, he's rapid.
Yeah, he's rest up. No. Let's go see. I swear. Where's he big? Where's he big? R1. Go see. He's he can't get weak. Yeah, he's rest up. No. Let's go see. I swear.
One guy in B. Okay.
Yeah.
He's looking. He's not appeared on his screen. A grenade comes from tower side, or that's Talik throw. I think that's Talik throwing, or Cherish throwing the grenade. Just.
Bro.
He's throwing a grenade R2. But R1 has literally never been visible.
Oh my god, bro. Do we have to watch the whole thing? I don't know. I don't think I can watch the whole thing. This is on episode 2 on Thursday. We'll come back to it. I don't know, dude. Absolute insanity is what we're watching. He's in a pro match with like 4 people looking in batteries and comms. Like obviously he's got intel. Exposed. I lied. Under oath. Last shot. Under oath. Unacceptable, bro. I can't believe you. That's actually the crazy thing with Monster is not that it's like legitimate, you know, like this is a fault. It's not a real court with real judge APG as much as that would be hilarious. But like last night, APG was like, raise your hand. Or last night, 2 nights ago, with Monster in the call. He's like, is your right hand up? Like he made a big deal out of it. He's like, raise your hand. And he wanted him to swear under oath that he wasn't cheating. And he swore. Monster, man swore under oath. That's hard to do. Like, just, I don't know. It's like swear on your mama's grave, you know? It's like, bro, what kind of territory are we getting into here? What kind of karma are you trying to build for yourself by just outright lying? Can you handle it? Polykill with the W gifted. The last shot. Let's go. Welcome, brother. Thank you for the very convincing evidence that you were a cheater. We're going to send this to Shopify, and your career will be revoked immediately. Effective immediately. Unacceptable. These young kids in Halo, bro. These young kids. They never learn. What's this? Is the lawyer. 1 year ago. No. How crazy is it that like we're looking at things from a year ago and it's we haven't solved this somehow. Tech, thank you for the follow. This is content from a year ago in a situation that is still somehow not solved. What's this say?
Okay, this is what he said to me. He said, I said something before him. He said, my account is banned from MM. He said my alts are also banned too. So I think he said HWID'd, which I think is hardware ID banned. He said, so I'm hardware ID'd, but it seems, but how though? It makes no sense. He said, it's weird because I was playing Valorant a couple weeks ago and my account was suspended for a third-party device. And obviously I'm not cheating, so I DM'd the lead anti-cheat guy And he said something was out of place, and that's why it triggered Vanguard. He unbanned me, but the timing of it makes me wonder if something in my PC is triggering the anti-cheats for false positive. On top of that, everything is coming out for other shit. It looks so bad for me. And then he said he's waiting for a response from 343.
My word.
So that's what he.
Yeah, and he told World 2 is the same thing he said in his statement. It's what he said in his statement. He said it was like he thinks it's like a malware or something. It doesn't sound. It does not sound good, man. It doesn't sound good. So why is Gunny being gatekept, but the pros sub in Monster, the cheater, like nothing? What like is that a legitimate question? Are you like trolling or something? Or look, man, like Monster Online was like a cheat code. You know, ironically. Like his performance online was so consistently top tier. He was bringing teams to grand finals, and he did it on complexity as well. So it didn't just happen like randomly. Like he had an opportunity and then followed through in these online tournaments, and they were like winning. They're taking out top teams, or at least taking teams to grand finals. It's happening so consistently with random trios of players that obviously pros are going to consider him if he's got the backing to prove it. The only thing that holds Gunny back is his accolades. Is his results on LAN and online to an extent as well. I don't think he's ever actually made pool play, right? So he's got the individual ability without a doubt, but until some sort of results come into play, and what it takes to get the results might take having the right teammates, right? Might take getting it. It's tough, He's in a tough spot for sure. But does he deserve an opportunity? I think so, but the primary reason why he doesn't have one is because of the results, and I think Lucid explained that perfectly. You just listen to Lucid's like 40-second clip. Fuzzy, thank you. He said, look, man, like he said he was a good player, but he's got to get LAN results. He's got to get LAN reps.
That is just damn good.
Bad transmission with the resub for 15 months. Is it 15? Yeah, an 11-month streak. Let's go, brother. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah. I mean, I get it, and I respect the fact that there's a lot of Gunny fans. He's putting the work in. I'm a troll who would drive full Warthog off a cliff in ranked for fun. I've never been banned. This man is cheating. This motherfucker is not real.
Just good Halo.
Not guilty, just good Halo. You're saying Elamite's saying that, right, Natasha? Yeah, I mean, and best man seemed to be not convinced. There are a lot of high-level Halo minds who thank you, Bobby, who are, looking at this closely and want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. And if he was cheating, then they feel like there would be more convincing evidence presented. And I think that's a valid point. Like, yeah, Elamite said that, so I do too. I think that's fair. And Elamite obviously knows Halo. And I think it's fair to say that like none of the evidence presented is like undeniable, where it's not like a theater issue, or that the clip couldn't be explained through like comms, through, something. Every other cheater that we've seen has had something that was undeniable, like prove that they were cheating, and that was it. Nobody could defend him. And you could say that, yes, the fact that his account is banned is, substantial enough, but from the community's perspective, we need proper evidence. That's what we need. We need to see proper evidence. I think that's fair. Thank you, Tupac. Welcome, brother. YouTube follow. Let's go. Watch Monster stream for a few minutes, and he snaps to a direct headshot. I mean, he is good at the game. There's that too. Obviously, he does have some skill. It's what makes things like this so tricky.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Is it Aaron? Aaron? Thank you for the follow. It's hard to read the follows over the background. Uploads a lot of Valorant clips. There's an old Halo 5 clip that I wanted to find. I don't know if I missed it. The only one with crazy accuracy. Every other pro is shooting low 60s precision. All good, Kieran. Do your thing, man. I think we've gotten, we've discussed most of this stuff at this point. There's not too much more that we can look at, right? Like, I'm here for any other developments, any other clips you guys want to show me to react to, like any of that stuff. I'm here for it, but the bulk of this we've gone through at this point. Where is it, man? There it is.
Be is or not. Be is or not. I mean, it is in Columbus, which is where you live, I'm pretty sure.
Sniper rifles on the field.
Thing about Halo 5 is way harder to cheat. That was nasty. That was actually nasty. I mean, obviously, he's just playing like a social, I don't know, free-for-all. This is why a lot of us miss console gaming, because, on console, it's a, more of a closed platform. You're not, all this cheating is just way harder to do. Once you get into PC, we just open ourselves up to a whole freaking world here. Yeah, gross. So this looks like, I'm assuming, legitimate gameplay. And he streamed before. Yeah, this is like an old stream. Obviously, it's Halo 5. His reaction time is quick here, too.
I mean, it is in Columbus.
I mean, that was more normal. I thought, like, the one...
where you live, I'm pretty sure.
I thought the adjustment he made here was, like, that. That was, like... That reminds me of his gameplay now. The way that he kind of tried to snap on that guy. When his, like, reticle's far out of position. Obviously, he's got an understanding of what to anticipate here. But, like, on controller, on Xbox, reacting that quickly is, like, meaningful, I think. Like, I mean, it's not insane by any means, but, like, I don't know. I just think it resembles his gameplay now in Infinite. And you can also, like, Infinite's a smoother game. He's got better equipment, You would assume that he'd be playing better and he'd be performing, quicker and whatnot in Infinite. It was a good snap. Like, other people, like, other players would, maybe not other pros, but other players would, like, see him there, reposition the reticle, but not attempt the shot. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even attempt the shot. They would be ready for the shot when they step back into the angle. But he went and snapped onto it to try to hit it right away, which is, like, that kind of, like, aim sense and reaction is, like, similar to the way that the man plays nowadays. And this is something he's doing without the cheating, right? Which is what makes this situation more difficult. What about him getting banned in H1Z1 for cheating? Yeah, so big deal. I mean, you get banned once. That's a big deal, right? Like that's why he's under fire and why nobody wants to believe him, because if you've cheated, once a cheater, always a cheater, right? Now, he mentioned that he played pubs for 3 days when he cheated in H1Z1. I don't have the exact quote, but it was in APG's stream when he was when Bound and him were talking. He said he cheated in pubs for 3 days. When he says pubs, that's like what? That's just like online play, I think, right? Just like playing ranked. Once again, cheating in any circumstance is horrible, like inexcusable, right? Cheating is cheating. But as far as like cheating is concerned, if it's not actually in a tournament, it's not as like irreparable. You know what I mean? Like there's maybe more of a chance that he could come back from it 8 years later. Pubs means public matches. Yeah, not even ranked. Right. So just like a social game, kind of like, so Bound admitted that he played on a Zim. He tried a Zim when he was like 16 or something. Which is also like a form of cheating as well, right? Like cheating is like a wide bracket. Like Zim is a mouse and keyboard designed for Xbox that has aim assist, like a controller, but it's M&K. And he said he tried it just for fun, just to see what it was like all about, basically. And that he didn't like it. He said it had a lot of latency and it was like kind of scuffed, like it was like ghetto, is what Bound said. So he tried it like for like 15 minutes, like that was it. But yeah. I don't know, so it's like if you play pubs, 3 days is a long time to just like keep playing with cheats in pubs, but it's pubs. It's not like a legitimate tournament. And then you could maybe have the assumption that like he's got some reason, like he wouldn't actually bring cheats into a tournament. He might have just been curious to see what the cheats were all about. There are some players who like just want to know like how crazy is this cheating shit, because like these cheaters, like a lot, I'm sure that like a lot of pros, and it's never an excuse, right? Because there's never an excuse for this shit. But the excuse that a lot of pros make is that I'm so tired of getting beat by cheaters. If you can't beat them, join them type thing. It's like, bro, these fucking cheaters, they keep beating me. I want to know what the hell these cheats are. Why is this you know what I mean? So like that tends to be like the average excuse, I think, for a cheater, where they're like so tired of other people cheating on them that like if you can't beat them, join them or whatever it is, you know. So people get curious and they'll try it. But I hope you guys understand like the severity of the situation, that if you ever want a career in esport, you know, like in gaming, even experimenting for fun and having that on your PC, having like any fucking residue or whatever of cheats left behind will fuck your life up, you know, probably forever. You're looking at Let Monster be a lesson for all of you guys that if he is genuinely innocent, the fact that he competed, or that the fact that he cheated in pubs 8 years ago is what's hurting him the most today, right now. If he's genuinely innocent, you know, for good reason, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you ever think that it's like you're 15 or some shit, and you think you might want to compete, or you might want to have a career in the gaming industry, like in any capacity, not even competing, like, you know, watch yourself, man. Don't even experiment with that shit, you know. Don't even experiment with it. Reality is a lot of these dudes are on prescription meds in tournament and need to be we're just deflecting to a totally different conversation. Yeah, like stimulants, you know, like Adderall, is he cheating if he's on it? I don't know. Like that's a big conversation topic right there. Which is also not exactly like definitive as well. Like I've tried Adderall one time to study in university and I was locked in, for the record. But everything, like nothing's perfect, you know what I mean? Like no form of, like, you know, whether it's coffee, whether it's weed, Adderall, like nothing is going to 100% guarantee that you play the best the whole way through. You know what I mean? Like there's always some sort of negative that comes with you dipping into that category at some point, maybe not immediately, but at some point there's going to be some sort of residual side effect or something, you know. What uni did I go to? I went to Ryerson, which is what, MTU now or something? Yeah. I had to cram for a statistics exam like a couple days before the exam, and I didn't like statistics. I mean, do many people really love statistics? It was boring, and I remember trying my buddy, I think it was Ritalin or something. I tried it, and I was like, it wasn't just focused. I was like invested in learning statistics. Like I was reading. And I'm like, bro, this is I was like, fuck, I was interested in this, like something that I would never be interested in ever. And just, I don't know, it was insane. It was actually pretty insane. Like in about like a 12-hour stint, I stayed up like most of the night. The thing is too, you're not eating as much, you know, you're so locked in. But I'm not just focused, I'm genuinely engaged in statistics, basically. Yeah, it was wild. But you know, once again, it's like Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. I can imagine that if I kept doing that, I tried it more, that there would be a sharp decline eventually, and it wouldn't give me the same high that it did originally, and you know, and eventually it would start to be a detriment. So watch out, you know, like anything. Watch out, man. Like we could have a long conversation about weed and whether or not that, you know, benefits you or not. You know, everything's a balancing act. What's uni like in Toronto? It was good. I don't know. It was, you know what? The fact that I went to school was important for me, not because of the schooling itself, like not because of the courses, you know, the classes that I went to, but because of the extracurricular opportunities around the school, like that I got into. That's what made university for me. Like if you're in school currently, get yourself involved in like the student groups and the programs and whatnot. Like I got into public speaking. That's how I learned how to communicate the way that I do now. Obviously I had some background, I guess, but like I did a lot of public speaking through university, through student leadership groups. The actual classes didn't help me as much as the hands-on stuff that I did just by meeting people and engaging in the extracurricular stuff. Anyway, that's what's useful about school, I would say. The social skills. Like take advantage of that so that it'll apply to anything you do in your life, whether it's gaming, etc. Pushing the bubble got me locked, dude. You know, if you guys want to ask me questions, you guys ask me questions. I'm here to just like chat. This is, you know, we've got a surprising amount of people hanging out. I mean, it's not as crazy as it was earlier, but you know, nice to have a lot of people hanging out. Adam, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome. Went to Toronto and stayed at Dundas Street. Yeah, that's, you know, right where Ryerson is. It was a terrible place, but it seemed fine. You get used to it, and it is kind of like, I think downtown has some darker, you know, more like dangerous, like unsafe areas for sure. But if you live in that area, or you spend a lot of time in that area, you do definitely get like more accustomed to it for sure. Is it Pones? Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. It's not the worst. Toronto's definitely not like the worst city or the most unsafe city. It's a nice city. I like being here. Thoughts on the new direction Halo Studios is heading? I don't know. I think that Unreal Engine is the correct direction for the franchise, just for like, you know, clearly Unreal works. It's successful with Fortnite. Like, if it's going to allow Halo to give us more content more quickly, then excellent. Pones, thank you for the resub, brother. Welcome back. Or no, first time. Let's go, Pones. Thank you. This is the way. Yeah, so I mean, Unreal sounds like the best thing for our franchise, because the biggest issue with Infinite is they can't scale the game. Like, they're struggling to update and add content to the game. You know, that's what's held us back from succeeding. So if Unreal makes all of that easier and we can get more content, we can get regular updates and bug fixes and better easy anti-cheat or whatever, then that would be amazing. But apart from that, I've got no idea what to expect. The only thing that I'm optimistic about is the fact that, like, clearly Microsoft cares about Halo as a brand and about the future of the franchise, or else they wouldn't be working on multiple projects simultaneously. They're still pumping money into the franchise, so there's still something that's going to happen with Halo, even though our expectations are kind of low, and we're in, you know, it's been a tough route for all of us. This whole situation has been, you know, being a Halo fan is difficult, but it's nice to know that Halo's not disappearing completely, even if they might keep making mistakes along the way, you know. But I'm optimistic about the fact that we got more content, and that Unreal makes things easier for developers to make the game better, right? But I don't know. Optic didn't announce the rush. Oh, it's just Shotzi playing Halo, which is always a treat. Or not Halo, playing COD.
Yeah, he's in.
3 on.
All right, one guy was on the right. Did we kill him?
Yeah, he's in.
Nice.
I saw mine.
I think that's a missed opportunity.
They might spawn on me. They might spawn on me.
Hold on, what did he do?
3 on.
All right, one guy was on the right. Did we kill him?
Yeah, he's in.
Nice.
I saw mine.
Oh my god.
No one right. No one right.
Last
Trigger,
dead.
shoot.
They might spawn on me. They might spawn on me.
3 on.
That was sick. Yeah, he's like jiggle peeking like Halo is what that looked like. That game corny. Look, when Shotzi plays COD, it's entertaining. I'll give him that. Like, we showed the clip the other day that he hit. He made a huge play on somebody. I don't know. Shotzi makes COD fun to watch for sure. Like, when players are, you know, very talented at something, it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm not a huge COD fan, but yeah, Asuka, they had they had an opportunity with that secret level show for sure. I don't know why they would turn it down. Like, obviously we don't have any details. I just hope their decision to turn it down didn't have to do with the fact that Doom is like rated mature and that they're trying to make Halo like more for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, the Halo franchise used to be rated mature and it turned to teen, and like they've taken sort of, you know, some of those elements out of the game, the gritty kind of like, you know, mature themes out of the game that I think a lot of people appreciate about the franchise, by making it more accessible to everybody and like Fortniteifying it, let's say. You're alienating the core fan base that still cares about it. So that's frustrating. But anyway, I don't know though. I have no idea why they turned him down.
Way better.
This clip is sick.
Jump out in front of you to your left.
Come at me.
I'm coming. I'm so far, bro.
Way fucking better.
Way
My
fucking
God.
better.
My God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
My God.
Holy fuck, you are dog shit. Who was that?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Fucking shit.
Bro, he hit him with the fake out. Like, he goes outside the map and fakes out that he's running around the fence or whatever this is.
Fuck you. He's running me down.
And then jumps off.
Way better. Way better.
Like, I don't know how precise the jumping is in this game.
Come at me.
I'm coming.
This looks like a precise jump, bro. Like, he comes off this, lands on the edge of the fence, and he's like airborne. If you watch this guy's POV, he's completely checked. Like, he is not anticipating this at all, not ready for it. And then Shotzi just, you know,
I'm so far, bro.
Way fucking better.
obliterates the guy with a sidearm. Omni and Halo, I'm open to it, man. I'm, you know, a lot of people would probably slam me for it, but like, in the end of the day, as long as the game feels like competitively balanced and it's fun, I'm open to Omni movement or like anything crazy like that in Halo. You know, look at the way sliding works right now, and I think it's sick. But everything has to be, you know, I got to play with it. Does it feel balanced? Is it stupid and broken? Is it unskillful? Like if it's skillful and there's a risk reward, then I'm for it. I'm for mobility. Already have Omni on keyboard, just no sprint allowed. Yeah. But the backwards sliding is kind of slick. I'm not going to lie. Sliding backwards in COD, like
This is the way.
it kind of opens up new opportunities.
This is the way.
Is it Cap Steals? Thank you for the ball. I don't want prone in Halo. Yeah, I'm not asking for prone in Halo. I'm just saying like finding new creative ways to evolve the game's movement that are skillful. Like, you know, I want deep, skillful movement mechanics. Making any more parkour videos. It's not a priority for me. I'm open to it, but it's just not something that's like top of mind.
This is the way.
Thank you, Jackson.
This is the way.
Appreciate it. Welcome.
This is the way.
Should we cheat or should we not? No, we should not cheat. What do you mean?
This is the way.
J-Webs.
This is the way.
Thank you guys. Who was the Halo player who was accused of cheating, playing for his GF in a women's? I don't know. Do we know, chat? There was somebody who was accused for cheating. There was like a Halo ladies tournament, and somebody took over and played for one of the ladies. I can't actually remember, but I think that might have happened. I think it might have been a player from Mexico. I actually don't know. I don't know. I can't comment on it. How do I feel about Fortress? Not a fan of Slayer. CTF is okay, but ultimately the map is like, I don't know. I'm not super excited about the map just yet. They say Last Shot was cheating. Nah, we're just trolling. He's not cheating. He's fine. Don't worry. He's good. If he was cheating, he wouldn't be on Shopify, and you know, he don't worry. Mines got accused of cheating a few years ago. Yeah, he's banned for cheating. Mines is actually currently banned. Apparently he cheated in SWAT, and that's like a known thing. I have no idea, Rubik's. I don't think so. I've interacted with Loveless, and she seems nice. I didn't get the vibe that she was cheating at all. Hopefully, since 85% of Infinite wasn't able to be utilized in Infinite, that it would be nice. I don't know. I feel like so that's one of the things with going over to Unreal is like, are they going to reboot the franchise and like sort of start over? Is that a good idea? I don't know. Like, is the game going to feel like the other Halo games if it's on a new engine? Can they port the majority of the assets from the previous engine over to the new one so that the game still feels the same as the previous Halo games? Or is it going to feel like, I don't know. And will it lean more towards mouse and keyboard players than controller players? Because historically Halo has kind of favored controller players. Like, it's been designed more with controller in mind, and the way the movement and the game just works and feels right on controller. It works well on M&K, but you know, clearly it's kind of lean that direction. Will it like lean the other way? You know what I mean? Which is good, I think, for like the broader gaming audience. If the game is like better on M&K in the future, let's say, but for the core Halo fans who have stuck with it, you know, they might have to make a switch. You know, it would totally change competitive Halo. I don't know. Down for Octagon? Not really, not right now. Bullet penetration through certain material. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how big of a deal or how much it impacts gameplay. It sounds complicated. I'm not like it sounds complicated to implement. Yeah, I don't know. Especially when you got shields and whatnot in play. Like Goldfish can code in UE5. That's one of the biggest things about UE5 is it's easier to develop for, and you got more developers who are equipped to work on it without training. Like, that was the big issue with Infinite, is like the engine was so hard to work with that you would hire somebody and have to train them for like 6 months or some shit just to like start to understand how to update the game. And then they work with contract workers, supposedly. So like, once people are starting to get in a rhythm of things, they're like removed, you know, and the game just can't, you know, effectively scale itself. So apparently with Unreal, like they save themselves in so many aspects. If they want to do the contract thing, which I don't really like the idea of, they could potentially still do that and have more success with it now, because you could grab anybody who knows UE, who's got experience with it, and they'll hop right in, you know. Do I think it'll be another CE remake, remaster? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they could do it, like, But would it be a good idea? It'd be risky. Like anything you do with the Halo franchise is risky at this point. Like, you know, there's so many expectations associated with Halo and how the game should play, how the gameplay should be, how the story should be, etc. Like, and everybody's expectations have evolved for like a decade, right? So we all expect more from what we had in the past in every capacity of the game. Like, it's so tricky. Like, I would not want to be a developer working on Halo. It's kind of an impossible situation to please everybody. The best they could do is just release something that is good and that is fun and keep updating it frequently and fixing it, and then it'll thrive in its own way. People will still, you'll have your purists no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, people are pretty cemented in like what makes
This
Halo
is the way.
Halo. It's like their
This
whole
is the
lives.
way.
It's a Topher, thank you.
This is the way.
There's a wide 8 months contract policy that harms a lot of game development. Wide 18 months. Yeah, I don't know the specifics of how it works over at Microsoft. But it sounds like the way that it works is like, and the way that the difficulty working with the engine is what's like severely limiting progress, you know? We got any more footage? Do we got anything? Chat, chat, if anybody wants to like go out of their way to just find me stuff to react to that's like related to the cheating, I would love that. I wish I had the business savvy capabilities that APG does. I'm not gonna lie. He throws ads in here. He gets up, he gets animated, he gets you guys to drop 50 gifted subs for intel that only he knows. I'm out here getting a couple follows. I was just saying. Update Halo to 120 hertz for console? What? Yeah, don't keep making Halo for the OG Xbox, please. That's like a huge problem.
Now, naturally, this
Shocking truth about cheating in esports tournaments?
led to a lot of attention, and part of it was because Bialy was a favorite target of Back Sucks and had been accused of cheating a lot, but it was more because it just showed a complete lack of interest from tournament organizers in preventing potential cheating. Like, there's an admin right there. This dude clearly does not give a Mate, his phone's plugged in. It's a problem. And there was already a narrative at the time that tournaments were complacent in preventing cheating. So this really concerned people. The reason this image is a problem is that it shows, at least back in 2016, if you had a cheat on your phone that would install when you plugged it in, you could potentially use it at a LAN.
Is that how it works?
Know about this
it's crazy how sneaky this is getting.
Looking back on it, I've got...
That's sneaky, right? Like, if I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, bro's just charging his phone on the PC. Like, that's fine. Just charge your phone, bro. You got to get those phone batteries. You know, you're away from home, away from family, so you can text mom, you know? Meanwhile, he's cheating. He's a fucking cheater. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? I just thought he was charging his phone. The masturbator. Yeah. Did he go offline? APG got off, huh? Nothing more to add. Okay. All right, chat. Let's just like summarize everything, I guess, right? And I'm gonna give this post, Monsters post, a retweet. Thoughts on ranks, snipers, and SWAT rotating. Like being rotational playlists? I don't know. Yeah, that's a totally different conversation. We have like too many playlists and not enough people playing the game. I don't know. Honestly, I play ranked, and occasionally I play the classic Halo playlist. That's about it. Should always remain. Yeah, it's tricky, right? Because like once again, you've got a fan base, like a core following of people who love those game modes and want them to stay in the game, but them being there is also pulling our population in a whole bunch of different directions. And we don't have a lot of people regularly playing the game, but I don't know. Ideally, I'd want everything to be permanent playlists, like something like SWAT and Snipers, because they have their own community, sort of. People love both those playlists. You play squad? Yeah, I play that with the Patreon guys sometimes. We'll do a little Patreon game night squad battle. That's fun. But on my own, I don't play squad. Shadway got by them. Nick Thomas. Malware? Oh yeah, no. We have to make a video about that too. That's a big problem. Yeah, so I got hacked, which you guys know. I got scammed, and the scamming is becoming like way harder to detect. And the fact that my channel got saved, which is incredible, but a lot of other people aren't getting saved. Like, there's a big problem with YouTube support right now, and a lot of other creators with a lot of subscribers whose livelihood depends on their channel, who aren't getting their channels back. And I have to figure out how to create a video essay. It's just a lot. It's like when I think about the work that I want to do, I get locked into everything else, but I want to make a video essay talking about how I got hacked, and exposing the problem with YouTube support right now, because there's a lot of small creators that are locked out of their channels, and YouTube support is not paying attention to them because they aren't going viral on Twitter. So they're stuck. Like, I've got people reaching out to me who are depressed and traumatized by their circumstances and rely on the income from it's a different, anyway, it sucks. But I want to put a spotlight on that and share some of these channels that deserve to have deserve to get their stuff back. And YouTube isn't paying attention, and I can't get their attention. I've tried emailing YouTube. We have to make noise. Like, I have to make a convincing video that people want to share so that YouTube realize that there's a bigger problem that they need to find a way to fix somehow. FGC YouTubers got hit by it too. Yeah, I saw that. Justice for creators. Yeah, basically, I'd read a list and I'd be like, 200,000 subscribers. This is the type of content they create. Like, this person is like a housewife with kids, and this is like, not only is it a source of income, but it's their creative outlet and their passion and their life's work, So it's just a big deal. I did do a live stream. We talked about it and what happened. And if you go back in my live streams on YouTube, you'll see that we talked about it. But what I need to do is like an efficient, well done video that puts all the information out there and recaps it in 15 minutes tops. Yeah. So Monster, ultimately at this point he's banned, right? So all of his accounts are banned. And supposedly, I don't know the details, but supposedly HCS have banned him as well. That is pretty convincing. As far as what we, the public, have seen, I have not seen any evidence that 100% confirms that he's a cheater, because we've looked at it together and it doesn't look great, but there's a chance that, depending on the context of the situation and how it all played out, he might not be cheating. It doesn't add up with him like it does with other cheaters, right? So that's the reason why this has been so tricky and why this has lasted for 3 years. At this point, there's no definitive evidence to confirm that he's a cheater, but he's been banned, and that's a big problem, and he might never get unbanned at this rate unless he can do something to get his case out to Halo Studios and to talk to the pro players. I hope that he's not just a liar, because he's still defending himself, right? And he's starting to share aspects of his personal life that, you wouldn't want to have to share with people that, I can empathize with. So what I hope is that the pros empathize with this too, and that Bound and Renegade and everybody take a deeper look into the situation somehow. And he gets vulnerable. The guy's got to open up. If you're watching Monster, or if we clip this out, I think the only way out is through, man. You got to find a way to open up and have a conversation with the top pro players who have influence, and, vulnerably talk about your circumstances and why it is that everything doesn't add up here. Why are you, if you're not playing well on LAN, but you're playing well online, what's going on, without gaslighting anybody, ideally, and talk to Halo Studios, who have the power to make a change here and, prove that there was an actual false positive with his ban. There's a possibility that's the case, and that he's just really unfortunate. Though he did screw up in the past and has admitted to it with H1Z1, right? We know that. We know that he did cheat in the past, and that's inexcusable. It's been 8 years. Supposedly he cheated in pubs. If he's really not cheated since, and he's been okay since, and he can find a way to prove it, which he's got a lot of shit stacked against him. He needs testimonials. He needs, this is not going to be easy. if he really wants it, there might be a way back from this if he is telling the truth. If he's telling the truth, there's, I think, with time and with conversations with the right people and with some vulnerability and patience and consideration on all sides, I think there's a way out. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be brutal. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. This is a difficult situation to be in. So this is difficult, man. Saw it in 4K? Not quite. We saw it in like 2K. Or we're still figuring it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's not my responsibility necessarily. You know, I'm kind of open to it. Like, I don't know if we could have a follow-up and maybe we could have a conversation with Monster. I don't know what value I could provide specifically by talking to Monster. If we can like help him better communicate his problems, or, you know, figure out all of the information that he needs to absolve himself of his circumstances. Like, I don't know if I can help. I can, as somebody who's been through shit before, I've been through false, you know, people have made false claims about me and it's really hurt me and set me back. Like, I know how it feels to be under fire of people, you know, spinning narratives or like things kind of getting out of control. This is obviously a very different situation though, very different situation. But, you know, I hope that in the end, this is a blessing for everybody. I hope it's a lesson for all you guys. If you're thinking about cheating, I hope this is a freaking lesson, right? Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter how you use the cheats. If you're just doing it for fun, like, stay the fuck away. Like, seriously, if you want any sort of future in gaming, like, I really hope there's a lesson in this for you guys. And I hope for Monster that he's okay if he is telling the truth and that he can see this as a blessing in some way. If he fucked up, then this is a big lesson. If he fucked up but he's lying and this is a reality check, you know, good luck. This is going to be tough. If he didn't, then I hope that all of this spotlight that's on him can be twisted in a positive way, in, you know, somehow, and can help him, you know, maybe even further his career and get into other tournaments if somehow this is a big misunderstanding. Does that make sense? That's about all I got. Yeah, once you've been wrongfully targeted, it's very easy for things to just like keep rolling. And especially when the way that 343 will work with stuff like this, or Halo Studios, is in the end of the day, they're a business. So if the public is unhappy with something in regards to Monster, and there's enough people who are reputable saying that this is an issue, then they might just make a decision without full, complete, sufficient evidence to make the decision, you know, because enough people are like, look, man, he's sus and I just don't trust him. So he's out, you know what I mean? And then like, just to make it easier for themselves and avoid the blowback and you know, all the optics of the situation, that can happen. Halo Studios can just say, you know what?
This is the way.
We don't want to deal with this. We are going to just ban the guy. There's too much heat on the man, you know? That'll happen. And that's kind of unfortunate. And what happens with the public, though, is once a decision is made on the side of Halo Studios, the assumption is that it's a decision made with full credibility and with full investigation and with, you know what I mean? That's what's so tricky, is like, we're going to trust an organization who removes a guy as if like the due diligence, you know, has happened. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. That's why I never want to personally condemn or crucify somebody until I know everything, you know? That's what I'd want. Or at least until like I know, you know, about them and their character and how they've responded to the circumstance as well. Like it with Monster here, you can tell.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. Oh my God.
Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome. You could tell like he's, you know, like he's trying his best, I guess, with what he can do, like to defend himself. He's not like attacking anybody, or saying you're wrong and like gaslighting in this moment, at least. You know, depending on how people react to their circumstances as well is a you know, a test of their character also, even if we don't have specific, you know what I mean? Because there are other situations, not even cheating related, like you guys brought up Dr. Disrespect and whatnot. Like, I think the way that you respond to your circumstances says a lot about who you are and whether or not you deserve support, but that's another conversation. Anyway, why are these people ever allowed to compete again? Cheating should be a lifetime ban, period. Yeah. But I think cheating, like we've mentioned, is sort of like an umbrella. Like, for example, look at Sparty. You know, Sparty didn't exactly cheat, but he broke the rules and it wasn't malicious. You know, like Sparty has been optimizing his PC. He put MSI Afterburner on his PC. Like, that's not cheating. You know, it's like He's just trying to make his PC perform at a standard that like is similar to the way that he plays at home, and that the standard he should be able to play on because he's a top player. But it was against the rules, so he was banned for the rest of the year, you know? But so it falls into the bracket of cheating. You look at somebody like Royal 2 who like had a geofilter, you know, and supposedly he wasn't aware that his geofilter was on. Geofiltering is like not like full outright cheating, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's not like it is sort of cheating. You're pulling the servers closer so that you can get better internet connections so that the game plays better for you. In the context of competitive, it is absolutely cheating. But you know what I mean? It's like, there's so many components to this that it's always a gray area, and you got to take every circumstance on a case-by-case basis. You can't just say, like, cheater is a cheater, and you're fucking banned, bro. Like, you got to be empathetic and considerate about the full situation. That's all. With everything. Every kind of accusation like this. And that's why it's so tricky, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. Sparty shit was sus? Maybe. I don't know. I think Sparty has served his time, and I'm going to welcome him back when he, you know, gets back to playing. You know, maybe he's on a leash or whatever. I don't know. Like, but, you know, hopefully he's learned a lesson and then he can come back and continue playing. Yeah, no problem, Toph. The only time the word empathy has ever been used properly. Yeah, it's not blind like empathy. Everything has to be done with objective facts and you know, some consideration here. That's all. And it goes both ways, right? And that's how you solve this shit. And I know this because I've been on the receiving end.
This is the way.
All right, my own personal circumstances have helped enlighten me so that I can help others, right? That's why we go through the shit that we go through, so that we can be better and help other people with it, hopefully, in some way. Not that I'm doing an amazing job necessarily, but anyway. Okay, I have nothing else to add. I think we're good. I have nothing else to provide, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's still early. I don't know if I'm going to come back and game and like take a break or something, but I think like we got through the whole conversation. What we will do now is I'm going to make a YouTube video at some point. I got to clip something together that's like, you know, succinct. Magnum, go back and watch the past broadcasts if you like. That's the beauty of YouTube. We went and unpacked the whole situation for just a couple hours here. Missed the convo. You're welcome to go back through YouTube and watch it. I think, like, I don't know. I got nothing else to add, so I think I might take a break. What do you guys think? Any new roster stuff? Oh, true. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, somebody brought up a really interesting point about the Roster Mania stuff. 99 years left. Yeah, he's almost there. So, I mean, that's a totally different topic. Didn't know it's not that easy. No. Nobody has been in this situation before. This is like historic, this cheating situation. Nobody gets away with it that long. And we're still not 100% sure. Every other circumstance where somebody cheats, they get caught like fast. You know, they don't get far. It's pretty easy when somebody's blatantly cheating as well. This is a little bit different. So somebody brought this up when I think it was on this post. No, I know how to find it. This is about Roster Mania. I don't know if you guys were aware of this. This might like sort of soft confirm that Sentinels is no longer in Halo. So this is like this is bad news. This guy commented on my post here, said, so sorry for changing the subject, but in the newest update for Halo Infinite, it seems Quadrant's gear wasn't the only stuff vaulted. All Sentinels gear is now vaulted, unavailable. So as we know, Quadrant left the esport, right? And what Halo Studios does when an org leaves the esport is they take away their skins and they vault them so that you can't purchase them anymore. Which is annoying because they did that with like Envy and some of the other orgs like Navi, when they first came out. So if you have those skins, they're exclusive. If Sentinels is gone, I would take that as a confirmation that Sentinels is out of the esport. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Fnatic, yeah, I had the old Fnatic one. Sentinels have not officially announced it, but I think they're done. I think they're out. Sentinels is out. Yeah. Wait, what's up, Lucinity? Do you have like other information that confirms it? Halo Studio, yeah. I got an old Sen skin, like the original. I don't have the newer stuff. He's a 2 PC system. Cheating is extremely small, but yeah, there's a lot of ways to hide it. I know there's a lot of ways to hide it. Yeah, so Sentinels have supposedly left, which is disappointing. Kason has come by the stream. He obviously is with FaZe. Man seems like a good dude. Seems pretty goated. He's been playing Halo, and he seems to be very interested in having FaZe compete in Halo. So if we want some good news to go with the bad news, it sounds like FaZe will stick around, and that he's got like a roster in mind. He just hasn't dropped it yet. So I'm hoping that we get a FaZe announcement, and if I had to make a guess, it would be Trippy's team, right? Trippy, Falcated, Suppressed, and who are we missing? Dead Zone. That's a really good team. I'd put them in 4th on paper. So we'd still have FaZe. We need more esports orgs, though. Like, I don't know if I can't remember if they confirmed this, but I feel like they had mentioned something about matching the number of partnered organizations this year that they had last year. If that's the case, then we would need to see Shopify partnered. I hope we see Native get partnered, and an EU org. It'd be nice if we can get maybe ITB under partnership so that we can have skins for these teams as well, right? Going off the store. Okay. And the way they dropped the team. Yeah, safe to say they're out. Yeah, they've been radio silent since, so I think our expectations were low for sure, but this confirms it, I'd say. Like, if their skins aren't in the shop, it's an upsetting way to confirm that they're out, but when is T2 getting an organ here? I don't know. I know that he's like shown interest, but if you actually go read T-Squared's post, it sounded like he was more interested in having a booth for now at the events versus like actually sponsoring a team. Like, I think that's something he'd want to do. It's hard to justify sponsoring a team in Halo Esports. Like, it's not like it's an investment you're probably not going to get a large return on. Let's be honest. If anything, you're probably, just burning through your money at this point in the esport, unless you're signing the best team, Who signed Sparty? Nobody as of yet. I think Complexity is where he'll end up, but it's not confirmed. It'd be cool to see straight ripping in Halo. It'd be cool to see like Carbon. Like, is that an org? I don't know. Like some of the old Final Boss. I mean, my God. Instinct, right? Like, it was sick seeing Roy come back to a Halo event with like an Instinct SSG combined, merch. Like, there's opportunities there, and a lot of like OG fans who would just like without hesitation, get excited about that stuff and like buy the merch. But anyone picks up Bohm with his return? Has he returned? Did he make like a post saying he's back as an FA? Yeah, I mean, Bohm's good. I could see like him getting on to teams within the top 16 like range, but I've never seen him. Was he on Oxygen Esports? I think that was maybe Bohm's best placing. I'm not sure. Passion United didn't last long. Maybe again, Passion United is. But that's not like is that an org? Like, or that's like a smaller. You know what I mean? That's who runs that? Can't remember his name. Money's the bane of Halo success. It's hard to invest in Halo. Yeah, but it's frustrating because Halo could be successful quickly if the right decisions were made, and if if the game was updated regularly and people enjoyed it. There are a lot of people who want to see Halo succeed and are ready to jump on the bandwagon immediately, which is why the franchise continues to get chances to be relevant and probably will continue to get chances, right? Because like too many of us are so closely tied with Halo, and its success it once had. PD and Pro Talk team. Okay. Thank you. That's who it is. Yeah, Pure Delight. That's it. Set up a community big team parkour night? Bro, what? And Broward and I might be able to figure that out. Should combine like they did at the level 50 LAN and have Final Instinct. That was sick. That was actually sick. Final Instinct org would go hard, but where's the money coming from for that? And is it worthwhile? For the next Halo, right? It's sort of surprising that we've got a whole other year of Halo Esports with like LANs and majors and whatnot coming up. It's exciting. I hope we get 5. Like Formal's been gone for a while now, so it almost feels like he's just, out of the scene. But I know like when he's there, the esport feels more relevant, right? Like we might be getting the Optic announcement this week. But yeah, like Halo Esports is, I feel like if you're invested, it's a good time to be here. It's like exciting. If you don't care about Halo, you don't have the best reason to come back. You know what I mean? But if you're invested, this is a really exciting year. What teams are confirmed? I mean, we're going to have, okay, we'll have a separate Roster Mania live stream with the confirmations, right? Like, I hope we're going to get the Optic announcement this week. I thought it was going to come out like yesterday, to be honest, but now nobody cares. We only care about Monster right now. Try to get unbanned from Clutch Academy. Can you help? I don't know why I got banned. DMing Clutch Academy on Twitter would be the best recommendation. Clutch is a good guy. If you like got banned for a reason that you didn't deserve, he'll help you out. I guarantee. Is this so I think, like, I don't know when the next Halo game is coming out. And I have no idea what kind of budget Halo Studios has for these events and, like, you know, what's feasible and whatnot. But my hope is that the next Halo game comes out in 2026, fall. So that, technically speaking, there would be like one more year, I guess. Maybe not. This could be the last year. Play. If you're competing, if you're making content, assume it's the last year. Let that motivate you. What about FaZe update? Yeah, so I said earlier, Kason has shown interest in having FaZe like in the esport. It sounds like there's going to be a team. The other day, he was in the chat with APG when we were talking through this whole drama, and he's like, should I just drop the team or something? He's like, I'm just going to leak the team like right now in the chat, and then he didn't do it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he'd be teasing us if he didn't have a team coming. All right, Mark. 4 to 5 majors. I hope we get 5 at least. Okay. I'm gonna send you guys to Gunny. I think that's it for me for now, guys. I'm gonna go back and listen to some of the stuff that we talked about and see if I can like clip a video together. Maybe Broward can help me out. We get some sort of content together, hopefully by like Thursday or Friday, recapping this whole situation, this whole cheating situation. And maybe we come back and grind. I don't know what I'm gonna have time for. But as far as this conversation, I think we've said everything. It was productive. Thank you. It wasn't you know, as strategic from a business perspective as APG was. He killed it there. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I hope the YouTube video is insightful for you guys. We do a good job putting it together. Mines is permanently banned from it. I'm aware. Yeah. Mines is permanently banned. Brainstorm is permanently banned. Shady, I think, is too. No problem, Loco. Okay, go give Gunny some love, guys. We saw a little bit of the video. You guys saw him on stream. Man's putting in 12-hour days. If anybody's grinding, it's him. So let's give him a fat raid. And go give him a follow. Watch his, check out his gameplay. Oh, he's stepping away. I don't know what he's doing. He's not at the stream right now. We'll wait, hopefully, until he gets there. It's in the name. Yeah, no, Shady got banned like 2 years ago or a year ago. Good night, mister. Myself, my buddies love that I've stuck with Halo. Hey, much love, brother. It's part of it's love, part of it's like maybe an unhealthy obsession at this point. Like I should step away, bro. what am I doing? But it's hard, man, because I do genuinely love Halo. So I'm grateful to have you guys come hang out. Hopefully this week, Middleton. Hopefully this week. All right. Not like a break necessarily. I'm just saying, like, is this a strategic use of my 30s? Because, we gotta make a livelihood out of this stuff. But if I think of myself, like, I wouldn't change anything if I went back. And it's hard to imagine myself doing anything else. Maybe we pivot to a different game at some point. Like, I don't know. But it's hard to imagine myself not staying in Halo. All right, the raid's going to get sent over to Gunny. He's not there, but guys, peace. It's on like a timer because I already sent it in. Okay. And then YouTube, thank you guys for hanging out. I don't think we can raid on YouTube, so I just hit the end stream button. Much love, Zachary. Have a good night. Thank you guys for hanging out. We hit like over 700 viewers. I appreciate y'all. Hey, that's good to hear. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Much love.